to you. We finally made it to Klein Vrydag, to Small Thursday. I just translated that directly. I don't know. But the weekend is around the corner. And what a fruit basket of content we have lined up for you today.
It's going to be a cracker, my friend.
It's going to be lovely. Hey, can I just say good morning? I've missed you guys. Yes.
Where have you been, dude?
Oh, you know, here and there and everywhere, but now here. Yes.
And it's also my first time working with you, Ewan. And
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Can I just say welcome to the team officially. Now that I'm here in person, it's lovely to see you. But it's wonderful to be hanging out with you guys for the next 3 hours. It's going to be awesome on this winter set in, hey?
Yeah. Our director keeps telling us to move away from each other. We keep just gravitating.
I'm like, no.
It's okay. You can snuggle up. From small screen entertainment, we got you covered. Don't worry. We've, of course, got the URC quarterfinals, 2 South African teams in the mix there. Then, of course, to the big screen, we've got the movies showing at the box office right now. We've got our finger on all things entertainment. At least JP Sebastian is going to give us that plug.
I'm excited for JP to be here. Then Graham, of course, got an exclusive look at the grand opening of the new Trenery in V&A Waterfront, where simplicity and sophistication in fashion meets environmentally conscious designs. That's really great.
Beautiful clothing.
Yeah.
You don't understand. We're gonna throw some threads on a little bit later. When you feel the difference in the thread, it makes a massive, massive
I love the way you say threads.
difference. Yeah. The thread in the threads, yo. I'm trying to add a little street cred.
I like it. I like it.
You feel like the vision of who you want to become suddenly becomes very much in focus.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow, that's some very deep thoughts for early in the morning, my friend. I love it. And then, of course, we are jumping to the kitchen because we got to have awesome recipes for you. Chef Clem's going to be joining us, whipping up some apple fritters with extra thick vanilla cream for dessert.
Yummy.
Yes.
Yummy.
Dessert, breakfast.
Well, I'm saying, but you know, we all know what we mean, my friend. So we have a wonderful show lineup for you, some great music heading your way as well. But let's kick it off officially. We also want to connect with you on social media. So here is our social media question for you today. So go ahead and engage with us. Good morning. If you could hit rewind on your school days, which musical instruments would you love to master? I asked Graham this morning, and this is what he said.
Just any musical instrument would be great. You know what I'm thinking? Maybe a harmonica. Okay.
Really?
Just imagine just being able to just whip out the harmonica. I don't know, maybe
look, there is a certain cool factor around being able to whip out the harmonica. There is. No, there is. I think so. But I mean, I think for myself, I did do a little bit of piano, but I can't remember a single thing about a note. I can maybe find middle C, maybe. But I think if I could master anything, it would be the piano, because they say that is kind of the base for any musical kind of instrument. If you can learn how to play the piano, you can pretty much go on to play anything else, including the harmonica.
I had a mate who had this. It was just one song on a guitar, and you sorted for the rest of your life.
Just one song.
You just have to keep playing it for new people all the time. Well, you can let us know on our socials what musical instrument you'd love to master, you wish you could, or maybe you are at the moment and you can show us some of your progress. We'd love to see that. Just a man and his guitar asking a nation to love him. We are here for that this morning. We're also here to plug you into what's been going down over the last 24 hours. Lots of news to catch up on. I'll get into the sport in just a moment. But Carissa is standing by with those news headlines.
Well, 3 minutes after 6 o'clock, let's check out your first batch of news for this morning. The Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture, Zizi Kodwa, yesterday resigned from the cabinet with immediate effect. Kodwa is facing corruption charges and yesterday appeared alongside co-accused former EOH Holdings boss, Johan McKay, in the Specialized Commercial Crimes Court at the Palm Ridge Magistrates Court out in Gauteng. They were granted bail of 30,000 rand each. The corruption charges they're facing amounts to some 1.7 million rand. And the popular Kango game farm near Oudtshoorn in the Little Karoo has had to move most of its animals after the river at the resort overflowed. Staff members and volunteers worked tirelessly to ensure the animals' safety. Now, spokesperson Garrett Erickson says around 90% of the animals are safe in their care centre. He says their cheetahs have been moved to the breeding centre. The lions, leopards and tigers were able to remain in their enclosures, which are high enough not to be affected by the flooding. Now, taking a look at your international news, dozens of gold miners are trapped underground after a pit collapsed in central Nigeria. The incident occurred on Monday after heavy rainfall in Niger State, but news was slow to emerge because of the country's general strike, which was called off on Tuesday. The Niger State Emergency Service Agency said some 30 people were still trapped as rescue efforts continue. Officials believe the collapse was caused by the torrential rains, which softened the soil. Mining accidents are not uncommon in Nigeria, with many involving illegal miners going unreported. And the world's fossil fuel industry should be banned from advertising to help save the world from climate change, the United Nations chief said yesterday. Antonio Guterres called coal, oil and gas corporations the godfathers of climate chaos, who had distorted the truth and deceived the public for decades. Just as tobacco advertising was banned because of the threat to health, the same should be now applied to fossil fuels, he said. His remarks were the most damning condemnation yet of the industry's responsibility for the bulk of global warming. Now, looking at South Africa once again, South Africa has made a top 10 global list once again, this time by entering the top 10 global honeymoon destinations, securing the 6th spot on Big 7 Travel's coveted list. With an estimated audience of 1.5 million, Big 7's Travel raves about South Africa's enchanting vineyards, thrilling safaris and breathtaking romantic settings. The country goes above and beyond to pamper newlyweds with adults-only hotels and bespoke honeymoon packages. That sounds lovely. Picture yourself spotting the Big 5 in the Kruger National Park or savouring crisp wine on Cape Town's scenic waterfront. Every moment is designed for romance. So soon to be newlyweds, you have to look no further than our beautiful country when deciding where to spend the first days as newlyweds. That's definitely going to be on my bucket list. For now, though, let's check in on the world of sports. G-Man is standing by.
Thank you so much, my friend. We start with the T20 World Cup and teams kind of finding their range at the moment. India in firm focus already. They dominated Ireland with an 8-wicket win in their Group A T20 World Cup opener in New York yesterday. So bowling Ireland out for 96. Hardik Pandya took 3 wickets, while Jasprit Bumrah, I reckon the best bowler in the world at the moment, and Arshdeep Singh claiming 2 apiece. India chasing that target in 12.5 overs. Scary signs with Rohit Sharma top scoring there with 52 and Rishabh Pant 36 not out. This is going to be the team to beat, I think. Now we turn to football. So good to be saying this name. Christian Eriksen, he scored a stunning late goal to secure Denmark's 2-1 victory over Sweden in what was a lively pre-Euro 2024 friendly at the Parken Stadium yesterday. So Denmark struck early with Pierre-Emil Højbjerg scoring from Eriksen's corner. Then Sweden's Alexander Isak quickly equalised, but Eriksen's brilliant 86-minute strike sealing the win. So the match highlighting Eriksen's crucial role as Denmark's creative force from the midfield. Euro 2024 gets underway in Germany on the 14th of June with the hosts taking on Scotland. Now, some interesting movements in MotoGP, but off the track this time. 6-time MotoGP world champion Marc Marquez will be officially joining the Ducati factory team in 2025, partnering with, and this is going to be quite a partnership with reigning champion Francesco Bagnaia. So Marquez currently with Ducati's satellite team. Gresini joined in 2024 after 11 seasons at Honda, and he'll now replace Enea Bastianini on a 2-year contract. Marquez, winless since October of 2021, is currently 8th in the standings. But there's definitely still a little more left in that tank, I can promise you that. Now let's turn to tennis, and what a moment for Russian teenager Mira Andreeva. She stunned second seed Arina Sabalenka with a 6-7, 6-4, 6-4 victory at the French Open, becoming the youngest Grand Slam semi-finalist since 1997 at the age of just 17. So the youngest to reach the Roland Garros semi-final since Martina Hingis. What a name to share. So she will face the 12th seed Jasmine Paolini, who upset former Wimbledon champion Alina Rybakina for a spot in that final. That's what the future of tennis is looking like. Exciting stuff at Roland Garros, but that's where we leave our sport for now. We'll touch on the URC quarters a little bit later. Right now, let's see what the weather has in store.
Thank you so much, Graham. Let's quickly take a look at that weather news. First and foremost, the SA Weather Service has issued several warnings for today. An orange level 5 warning for storm surge expected along the coast between Plettenberg Bay and Buffalo City, causing flooding in low-lying coastal regions, disruption to small harbours and damage to beaches and estuaries. And then a yellow level 2 warning for disruptive rain is in effect for the southwestern parts of the Western Cape, resulting in localised flooding, slippery roads and reduced visibility. And then another yellow level 2 warning for damaging winds and waves affecting small vessels expected between Plettenberg Bay and East London. Extremely high fire danger conditions are anticipated in Limpopo, the Eastern Free State and Northwest, and also Southern Gauteng. And finally, very cold, wet and windy conditions are expected in the Namakwa district of the Northern Cape and the Witzenberg municipality in the Western Cape. That's your weather news. Please just be wary of the weather today. Lots of warnings out there. But we also want to ask you to remember to share your morning views with us. I know the sun rises a little bit later now that we are officially in winter, but capture them and send it to us. You can do so on our WhatsApp line 0634088863. Looking forward to receiving those pictures. And right now, let's take a first look at those temperatures going into your Thursday morning.
I'm beyond it now. I've got nothing left to say about it. No, I do actually have something to say with Appleton. Come on, 14 degrees. How do you halve your average temperature in the space of 24 hours?
It's a special place.
It is a special place. I'm going to become
Shout
the
out to
mayor of Appleton one day. I hope, man. No, I'm only focused on rugby right now. Why? Because we've got 2 South African franchises in the URC quarters, the knockouts. They've done so well, and we will get into what this actually means and our hopes of European glory, because I reckon there is some.
Oh, definitely.
Always.
We're crossing fingers all the time. And we also have some entertainment for you. I've met her. I saw her in the makeup room. She's gorgeous. She is bubbly. Her name is Ossie. And she, of course, is going to be joining us as a multi-instrumentalist.
Look at that smile.
As well as, of course, a beautiful, beautiful vocalist. I can't wait for that performance.
Listen, but she also brings something very unique as well. We're talking about, instruments that you wish you'd learned, or school, whatnot. But she plays a very traditional Xhosa instrument called the Ohadi, and we're going to speak about that and find a little bit more as well. And of course, see a performance or 3 or 4 a little
Can't
bit
wait
later.
for it.
Yeah. All right. So your Thursday, Klein Vrydag, is officially underway. We'll take a quick break. We'll see you on the other side.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
A very big and warm good morning to you. If you've just joined us, you came at the perfect time. We're about to get into some chats with our entertainer for today. Joining us right now on our couch is Osi. She is a multi-talented singer as well as a songwriter and an instrumentalist who plays an Xhosa traditional instrument called uhadi. And she describes the sound as a soulful blend of jazz with authentic indigenous African melodies. Wow, what a combination, Ewan.
Love
I
that.
can't wait to get into it. Well, before we get in any further, let's have a look at some of her talent.
Soma kwaza ngalomkhondo ayo soma kwaza.
Wow, I'm
and
enchanted.
You know
I am,
what?
Oh,
Tosi, welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast show.
I think we've got to give her a round of applause.
Let's do it.
Yes,
Because you know
Osi.
what? That was just a snippet, but it's like
Wow.
it's like you close your eyes and you're being transported over the African plains. It's beautiful. And you came in here with such a vibe, such a smile. Is this normally, are you a morning person?
Yes, honey.
Yeah?
Wherever I'm at, okay, I bring the vibes.
Yes, we've got to carry you around in our pockets. What is this?
Oh, it's lovely. No, welcome. Really, really good to have you.
Thank
we
you
look
so
forward to your
much.
performances a little bit later on this morning. But let's talk about it. You had a massive breakthrough a couple of years ago on a singing competition, and you rocked up there with your uhadi, an instrument which is way different, and I'm sure. I mean, you literally rocked that stage. I mean, what was that moment like for you? Because here you are. I mean, you're bringing something completely different.
Yeah. It was great. It was my first time flying, my first time in Johannesburg. So it was like very exciting, and it was just post-COVID. So it was really nice just to see a bunch of other musicians who have the same dream, you know, to become the star. So that was really, really cool. And like my life changed after that moment. So I really, really enjoyed it.
Goodness. Well, that sounds absolutely beautiful. And I love that you're ticking off a lot of firsts on your side, because I'm telling you, girl, if it hasn't been your time, it is your time right now. Look at you go. We love to see it. I want to get into conversations all around the work you're doing with the Victory Song Foundation, right? I love that you're not just looking out for yourself, but those around you. Can you tell me a little bit more about what that's about and what you put into it?
So the Victory Song Foundation was inspired actually by my own journey with depression and just overcoming suicide. And I was just burdened that, you know, there's more people who are still dealing with depression and suicidal ideations. So I just wanted to help particularly our Black communities just to be hand in hand with our communities so that we can help decrease the rates of suicide in our country. Because we're one of the top, you know, depressed countries in the world.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know, let me use my gift, which is music and creativity, to make sure that I call people to this important cause.
Yeah, because they say it's a silent killer, no? And the more you talk about it and shine light on it, it probably is going to be for the best.
Yeah, it's a very noble cause. And I mean, you've clearly walked that road as well, so you've got very deep insight. But I love the fact that you are using this platform to not only live out your passion in terms of music, but also, I think, save a lot of lives in the process as well. I'm looking at your logo here, the Victory Song Foundation, orange, sun, or whatever. And to me, whenever you look at a logo of something foundation, it's the key. It speaks volumes in terms of what you actually do. What does this logo and this kind of thing speak to? Because it really does look like you're embodying the sun.
Yeah.
Definitely, we were looking into the sun, and the sun represents the lives that we're trying to, you know, affect through this foundation. And if you look at the sun, you know, it rises up, it sets. You never know whether it's an old or a new sun, but we know that it is a sun, and that's how we feel about the people that we're going to be working with, that it doesn't matter, you're old, you're young, but your life matters, and we want to make sure that you shine. And also why it's not a setting sun, it's because we still want to make sure that before you get into that depression, that, you know, we hold you and that you shine your light. So, yeah.
I'm gonna give you some of these right now because I feel like your words are so poetic. They're so beautiful. I mean, it's no guessing as to why you are an artist and why we can bow down before you at the greatness that you've got to bring. I know that you're hosting a music and poetry night as a fundraiser quite soon.
Yes.
Do you want to tell me a bit more about that? How can people get involved? How can they see you?
Yes, definitely. I'm so excited. So I have 2 other artists joining me on the day. So it's myself, Kosi. It's Tandiwe Nganda. She's an author and a poet. And then it's also Ntokozo Zwane. And what we'll be doing, we'll literally be coming together in sort of like a stripped down show. And we will be sharing our victory songs through our art. But also we'll have a segment of us actually sitting down and having conversations around depression, around, you know, just starting the conversation around what it means to be victorious and how messy victory can look. Because I think we always look at the end that, you know, you're victorious, you've won, but it's like you had to go through a battle before you got there. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And people, tickets are already out online. You can check them out on my social and my bio, and we're good to go.
Fantastic. Cricket.co.za.
Yes.
That's where people can get tickets as well. It's lovely having you here. We can't wait.
so
Are you going to play the Uhadi for us
Oh,
today?
yes.
Oh, we
yes.
cannot wait. Stick around for that performance a little bit later. Kosi is here, and listen, it's going to be inspiring because I love the fact that you're using the sun, you know, and I love, we speak about logos and that, but you were mentioning the sun, and it's a season, but we can always know that if you feel the sun is setting, don't forget, it is going to rise.
Amen.
It is going to rise again. And I love that. So lots of inspiration heading your way. We'll get into that performance a little bit later on this morning.
Let's see if the sun is going to shine on your beautiful face this morning. If you're a lover of the game, in particular a little footy, I want you to lace up your disky boots and play. And I'm going to get specific here. Sports Stake 8, fixture list 735. That's fixture list 735 for an estimated 545,000 rand in the jackpot this Thursday. That is massive. If you play now, you of course stand a chance to be in your game, but you got to do it. So you can play Sports Stake 8 in store. You can go online, nationallottery.co.za. That's their website. You can go onto their mobile app and just most importantly, do it. Make sure that you play now to put yourself in line to obviously earn the bragging rights and the cash and that title to be in your game. All the best of luck. It does add a whole lot more flavor to your sports viewing. And if you are taking in a bit of sports viewing over the weekend, I'm sure the URC is coming into focus as well. 2 teams battling it out in the quarterfinals. We're going to get an update from the gents in just a moment. And then we're going to get the lowdown. Yes, it is the season. Colds and flu have kicked in big time. How can we stay healthy? We'll give you a brilliant, brilliant roadmap after this.
Only you can make my day.
Catch Top Travel on Saturdays 8:30 p.m. on S3 and breathe for it with Halls to stand a chance to win a trip to Amsterdam with 2 return economy tickets on KLM Royal Dutch Airlines plus 20,000 Rand spending money. Head over to Top Travel TV social pages, comment on one of the competition posts, and you could be the lucky winner of this adventure of a lifetime. T's and C's apply.
Stay bound, one stop.
He joins the back.
Line it
of the
over.
ruck. Bob Herring is so clinical from
Stay
these
bound, one
positions.
line.
And Ulster particularly,
Onside.
very good as well.
Right to ground.
Bob Herring has a goal. That's why he's so good. That's why he's so clinical. And the hooker for
Save him,
Ulster.
please, Alex.
Low. Just can't get past that tackle. Papier feeds.
Redemption.
Actually protected blind
Right.
side.
Bind.
There's a
Set.
close-up.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we chat a little rugger. This morning we're going to dive into the exciting quarterfinals of the United Rugby Championship, the URC. So Munster, the table toppers, are set to host the Ospreys. I might sound surprised at that, while the Bulls, Leinster and Glasgow Warriors will also be hosting their respective matches. Big one for the Bulls there. And here to chat to us about the weekend's games, rugby journalist Leighton Koopman and Expresso Sports producer Lorenzo Darius. Basically, all you guys do is just sit and watch sport and then either complain about it or gloat.
Yeah,
that's,
definitely.
at least that's what he does.
Misconception, eh? It's like, oh, you guys just sit and you watch sports all day. Yes, we do.
But you've got to love this time of the year because you guys are being kept busy. Some stellar performances all the way around. And of course, I'm happy because we've got two South African teams in the mix there. But let's start with the big guns. Munster up against the Ospreys. You've got to say this is a foregone conclusion, surely? Or
we hope not. Because if the Ospreys beat Munster and the Stormers win, we come back to Cape Town and we have another game here.
Sure.
So I think everyone in Cape Town, half of South Africa, will be rooting for the Ospreys here.
Two-thirds of South Africa.
Yeah.
No, I take that back. I take that back. How do they do that? How do the Ospreys overcome Munster, who have been a juggernaut?
Yeah, it's going to be very tough. Defending champions, they came to Cape Town to win the trophy. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be up front. They have to start with dominating the Munster forwards. And I think if the Ospreys can get that right, their backline can do something there.
Well, they've shown what they can do. Win ugly, win pretty. We don't care. Just get over the line. I love that. Maybe this is the DNA of the Bulls. They just have found that winning culture again. We weren't surprised when they got the home quarterfinal. They just seem to have kind of done everything right, but it feels like they did everything right 3-4 years ago, which is why they are reaping the rewards now. What has Jake White done in that team? That's just...
I think that, he's definitely changed the mentality of that team compared to a few years back. They were, let's be honest, they were being whipped by the Stormers left, right and centre, you know, and they were always just like the bridesmaid, never the bride when it comes to SA rugby. And I think the most important thing this season has been tempo that he's been doing. Jake White has been inflicting the sense of tempo. Let's control the tempo of the game. Let's not give it to the other team. And I think that there's going to be a bit of a revenge match this weekend as well for a few seasons back with the Rainbow Cup.
Yes.
The Bulls having lots to prove after losing to Benetton, thinking when they went over there, it's an Italian
It's going to be a steamroll,
we're going to take this one. And they were completely outclassed. I hope I don't see what happened last week against the Sharks, where they were controlled a bit and they allowed the Sharks to play their game and the Bulls struggled. Their set pieces were absolutely amazing. That is one thing I'm loving at the moment. Their dominance up front is there, and that is why tempo is the most important thing. If they can control it, and with the altitude, let's not take it away from Fort to Loftus, they're taking that game.
And you want to say it doesn't matter, just you look at the results, it matters. Clearly, it makes a massive difference. I would imagine Benetton are going to this one kind of feeling like they've got nothing to lose because they probably are.
Maybe. maybe.
So much has been said about the Irish connection, and I've loved us trying to find our feet, this balance in the new ecosystem of the Southern African injection in the Northern Hemisphere rugby. Lots on Leinster's shoulders in this one. How does this one play out for you?
Yes, another
perennial finalist.
Another bridesmaid team. So they've got another point to prove, but also a very difficult Irish derby. Ulster's not going away, and they're going to know that Leinster lost again, so they're going to be hurting after losing. So they're going to target them, and hopefully Leinster can pull this through for Jacques Nienaber's sake.
Yes.
But we all know which Irish side we'll be rooting for.
It's okay. It's okay. I love this global village that we have become.
I must just add on that is the fact that I think that the driving maul of Ulster is going to be quite effective with Rob Herring at the back. The one man that couldn't play more than internationals here in Cape Town. But I think that he's, I'm going to have to take a swipe at him after saying that, the Irish are the better team. But I feel like he could be the deciding factor with their driving maul against Leinster after watching Munster's game last week. Come on. like Ulster's they're not going to sit back.
No,
Yeah.
and I mean, it's a derby day.
Yeah,
derby day, just
definitely.
enjoy
It's
it,
like
man.
the Irish are going to enjoy it.
The Glasgow Warriors, the Stormers away, always a little bit of a worry in that sense, but this is a Stormers team that is just so exciting at the moment. It just feels like there was an incumbent in every position there, ready to take on a Springbok jersey. How are you feeling? You seem a little...
That loose forward is still a bit shaky for me. I'll reserve my personal thoughts on what's happening with Dobbo and the team. Some internal politics that that's there at the moment. Some players that should be playing that's not being chosen. I feel that we've gotten a better away record now compared to 2 seasons or at least a season and a half ago. The other important thing is a lot of people don't talk about the field, right? It's a 4G field. We've played 2 matches thus far. I think it was 1 in France and then against Connacht. We won those matches on 4G. We're now feeling the effects of a newer field at Cape Town Stadium. And it's very important that we got those wins so that we can take on the Glasgow Warriors. They're a team that I did not think would be there at the moment. But if we can control our set pieces with the dominance that we have in front, I think Evan Roos is going to be an outstanding player again.
For his moments.
He's have the moments. If you look at the top try scorers at the moment, he is there. And I feel that he could be a deciding factor this week. But that loose trio, very important that they gel this week. And if we get that right, we've got a bench. If we looked at what happened this weekend against the Lions, so Nettling for sure, it's going to be absolutely amazing.
It's going to be absolutely awesome. Why? Because, yes, we will see a semi-final back home. I just have a feeling, no, it's going to be a phenomenal weekend from the South African team's perspective. Heartache for the Sharks and the Lions, not making it, looking at the improvement across this season, but 2 South African teams ready to fly that flag. So enjoy it, gentlemen. Enjoy going back to the best job in the world.
We were just talking now, Chris asked me, do you play rugby? I was like, well, you know what, at school I did, but whenever I see visuals like this, right, I always feel it looks so lekker. I would love to play, but I know I wouldn't last 2 minutes.
No. The tackling, no ways.
No, it's insane. Look, some fantastic sporting action heading your way. But right now, sport of another kind. It's been to Gqeberha, it's been to Cape Town, and now it's also coming to Durban. So get ready to run your city with ABSA on the 7th of July. Now, this is a 10-kilometer race experience. It is for everyone, whether you are a seasoned runner or simply crave a bit of an exhilarating adventure. It promises non-stop fun and excitement, and you cannot miss it.
I'm telling you, I've recently been on my running journey, and I wish I could join you. I might just. And we've had an incredible time meeting participants at races around South Africa. I know that our director, Lena, ran the one in the mother city, which was very exciting. And the rest of the Expresso team, of course, joined in on the fun. There is no doubt that Durban's going to be just as spectacular. See you, Durban.
Absolutely. Now, ABSA, of course, is encouraging employees, customers, and the community to contribute to positive change through the Strava community. Now, for every kilometer logged by a Team ABSA member on Strava in 2024, they will pledge a donation of R1, which you can imagine can make a massive difference.
Telling you, every single cent does count. Run Your City is not only run, but it also generates money for those in need. And last year, they generated an impressive 1.5 million rand through the series, allocated for establishing sustainable food gardens. Such good work in primary schools across 5 provinces. And I just know that we can top that, Ewan, don't you think? We definitely can do better this year with ABSA across South Africa.
Yeah, and what I love about the ABSA Run Your City series, it is a race for everyone.
It is.
You know, anyone can go. You don't have to run it. You can walk it. You can be part of this community. It's family friendly. You can take the kiddos along, and it really is such a vibe. And in the same turn, you can do some real good. But get on Strava, go register yourself as an ABSA runner, and then you can really contribute. I mean, we always look for ways to contribute and to make positive change. We don't often know how to do that, but here is a great opportunity.
It's a win-win to get your body moving and, of course, do good.
Absolutely. So, Durban, if you want to run your city with ABSA, entries are open for the race taking place on the 7th of July. Put that in your calendar. Make sure you register and get involved. And, of course, for a full breakdown of the upcoming race in Durban, you can visit runyourcityseries.com.
Incredible work.
There are stories of strivers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
Oh, get out there and run. I got to say, Cape Town's event was amazing. The community of people, just incredible. So go out and do yourself a favor. Experience your city in a different way. Now, we're going to take the very quickest of breaks, and then we got your back. Don't worry, I know the winter flu season has kicked in. We're going to give you the lowdown on how you can keep yourself and your family healthy. Then we've been having a lot of fun in the kitchen this week, and we're going to continue on that trend, doing something that I haven't kind of looked at, tasted, seen before. It's a yogurt bake, and it is jam-packed with the most delicious fruit. We cannot wait to make this dessert breakfast, or breakfast dessert. I don't know. You can decide after this. It looks beautiful. Wow.
Drained? Dehydrated? You have lost more than just fluid. Recover faster. Add Rehydrate, SA's #1 oral electrolyte mixture.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's your feel-good breakfast show indeed. Welcome to it. Expresso right here on S3. Wonderful to be hanging out with you. And mense, dit is koud. Die winter is here, and as the cold weather sets in, so does the season for sniffles. Yes, coughs, colds and flu. And here to help us navigate the best ways to keep our families healthy this winter is pharmacist Radar Kader. How's it, Radar? Nice to see you, my friend.
Hi, Ewan. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, dude. Here we go. Here we go. And I think, you know, we can talk about this every year.
Absolutely.
Every year like clockwork, because I mean it's reoccurring, all right? But I think we need to understand the key differences between colds, a cough and flu, right? And I think that's where people kind of tend to, it's always shaky water there.
I think this time of the year, it's such a common occurrence, and it is good to understand the differences. So coughs, colds, flus, you know, it's such common words that we talk about in winter.
Because it always feels like when you talk about it, it puts it under the same umbrella. Cough, colds and flu.
It does.
Yes, but it's not really.
It's not really. They're similar, and they can present with similar symptoms. So it's called a common cold, and it's called common because it's exactly that. Yeah. And those would present with sort of slightly less severe symptoms of a runny nose. You'd have a sore throat, a bit of a cough. And then persistent coughs needs to be looked at. Those can be set off by allergies and also the common cold. And then the ones to really look out for are flu symptoms. These can make you really, really sick. for flu symptoms, you'd get sudden chills, body aches, pains, and you'll actually feel really, really sick. So that's the one you want to kind of avoid, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And you want to be able to distinguish between them so you can take the right course of action. But first and foremost, when a member of the family, maybe yourself, starts showing some symptoms for the first time, what's the first step that you need to take?
I think it's important to understand that you're not well. So you need to keep hydrated. That's the most important thing. Just with sort of clean water, maybe clear broths, electrolyte-rich fluids. You'd also want to sort of not overexert yourself. Try and get rest, and boost your immune system.
Yeah.
Get some vitamin C's. There's so many immune boosting supplements on the market at the moment, and then reach out for those over-the-counter medicines just to see you through that difficult time.
I want to talk about the over-the-counter meds in just a minute, but I mean, we also know that, you know, young children and the elderly are a bit more vulnerable, especially when it comes to the fluctuations in terms of, you know, the temperatures and the viruses going around. So how do we, is there anything, because prevention is better than cure.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day. How do we go about protecting, especially, I think, children?
I like that you mentioned elderly and young children. The World Health Organization actually recommends that we vaccinate, and the flu vaccination's available at the moment. It was out of stock, but it's back in stock, and we definitely recommend this for anybody who's high risk, and then that includes children, pregnant women, and then also the elderly. And then obviously keep them away from crowded areas. You don't want them to be in public spaces. If somebody's sick, wear a mask.
I wanted to ask you about the mask wearing. I mean, I know that it's a bit of a sensitive topic, especially as South Africans not being used to wearing masks, but we've been through this whole wave of having to wear masks.
We have, and we learned. We've learned that, you know, I think when we went through that pandemic, everybody needed to wear masks. We've changed the shift a little bit and saying, if you're feeling sick, wear a mask.
Yeah.
Don't go out into public spaces. And if you have to, wear a mask. So at least you're protecting the next person from getting sick. Yeah,
absolutely. Look, I'm a big advocate for letting your immune system fight any virus that's in your body. But at some point, you will need to reach out for a little bit of extra help. And you mentioned over-the-counter meds. What would you say? I mean, how do we choose the right one? What do we normally go for when we go for over-the-counter kind of meds?
So first you'd speak to your pharmacist, right?
Yeah.
And possibly
well,
give
I have you here, my friend.
So when somebody comes into the pharmacy, our thought process when prescribing or recommending an over-the-counter would be to look at the symptoms, ask about the symptoms, and then treat the symptoms accordingly. As we spoke about the cold and flus, they come with an array of symptoms. So it's easy nowadays where we have multi-ingredient formulas that will actually help with most of the symptoms that people get from cold and flus in one sort of preparation, and mix that up with some immune boosting vitamin C's, echinacea, olive leaf, and you're good to go. So I say multi-preparation formulas are good.
Yeah, you see, but that's why we call you guys the superheroes out there, because you know exactly. We can come in and say, listen, this is my problem. I have a runny nose or I have a bit of a cough or so, and you could recommend that over-the-counter meds, which is important.
Magic.
Really do appreciate that, Radan. Lucky to see you again, and all the best. I know that's probably a busy season for you now.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's the season, but you know, winter's here. Keep warm and protect yourselves with the flu vaccine.
I like how we say boost the immune system.
That's
Prevention is better than cure. But hey, at some point we are going to need your help. So thank you very much. And of course, for you at home, talking about the sniffles and the seasons, here's a bit of a good news, a bit of a silver lining, if you will. You stand the chance to win 4,000 Rand in cash with Carenza Paris C this week. And all you need to do is simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso social media pages and tell us about the time when cold and flu's symptoms, those symptoms really stopped you from achieving your absolute best, because we know they do. Hulle net en dit stop jou in jou spore. So don't forget also to include that hashtag #AdcocOTC winter. The competition closes Monday the 10th of June, and T's and C's can be found on our website, expressoshow.com.
So sometimes all you need is to switch up from the norm, and this fruity baked yogurt recipe on social media caught our eyes, and our foodie team jumped on it. It doesn't only just look interesting, but apparently it is absolutely delicious too. I say apparently because I haven't tasted it yet and cannot wait. And this recipe was inspired by Olivia Sirniak on Instagram. I probably said that completely wrong, but let's see what we think, because it's relatively easy to make. In fact, it's so easy, we're not really making it. You kind of just put it together and then put it in the oven.
That's the kind of cook I am. They put it together the puttera, and it will come into something glorious.
And we are here for that. Ease is definitely the right jumping off point here. So obviously the star of the show here, we've got our fruits of the forest. Which flavor variant are we working with today?
We've got citrus today, and I absolutely love the combination of having a creamy yogurt, but it's got that tang that citrus, of course, brings to us.
Absolutely beautiful, and I love it. Whether it's a quick breakfast or a healthy on-the-go snack, Clover Fruits of the Forest full cream yogurts have got you covered. Real fruit pieces, absolutely delicious, and you've got a tasty, nutritious convenience that we are all looking for on the fly. And of course you get just a beautiful flavor profile. So we need 1 cup of our fruits of the forest.
I can do 1 cup of that.
You can do it.
That's easy enough for me.
When we said simple, I mean we really meant simple, and I think this is what like TikTok cooking is all about.
Yes.
I love no. Yeah. We've got to mix it.
I've already got it wrong. Oh my
No, it could have been the most exciting new addition to the recipe.
I love the enthusiasm.
Okay, brilliant.
Okay.
Now,
now it's your turn?
Yeah, no, I'm going to start mixing, and then we're going to add our honey.
All of the honey?
All of the honey, girl, into this bowl.
Love that.
Oh, I love honey. And honey really is, it's like one of those superfoods. It's antifungal, antibacterial.
Antibacterial. It tastes delicious.
Exactly.
Thanks to the bees. I love it. I love it.
That's almost like starting to form a bit of a custardy vibe already.
Delicious.
I like that.
Okay, what do we have here?
Okay, so now we have got our corn flour or
Corn
cornstarch. And this is obviously going to help it set, give it a bit of body.
Okay, all of it?
All of it.
All of it's going in?
You sound so nervous every time you ask. I'm like, I don't know now. I'm like, I'm feeling
Gaslighting
insecure.
you?
Yeah, exactly, man.
No,
I'm
when
insecure.
it comes to
Is this even a
baking-
real recipe? I don't even know anymore.
When it comes to baking, you have to be so careful because 1 milliliter over, and everything is just a mess. Okay, that does look really good.
It really does look good, and it's obviously going to set because we've got the egg in there and the cornstarch. And then finally, my dear friend,
The
you can
berries
add
going
our berries.
I'm definitely putting all of these in.
You can, no, for sure.
Okay.
Didn't even bat an
Yum.
eyelid there. 'Cause
No.
no one's going to kind of hurt you.
Ask the pharmacist. The berry a day keeps
exactly.
the doctor away. I think that's what they say.
There we go. That looks absolutely
Perfect.
beautiful. Then we've got our lined baking. It's like large ramekin, I'm going to call it. And then you can just
pour it in.
Expertly pour it in. I've never been able to pour from one bowl to another
You know
bowl
what
without.
happens? It like runs down here. Ooh, okay.
Exactly.
Oh, we're going good. We're
You
going.
can imagine what the pour would look like on the gram. A little bit of a young slow-mo there. You could even just throw some
The
berries in.
sexy shot, the money
look
shot.
at that. And then
Beautiful. I'm going to move this around a bit.
I'm going to call it a tartlet. Yeah, you can curate if you are a little OCD. You can make sure that your berries are in exactly the right position. But yeah, we've got the nutrients, obviously, beautiful flavor profile. And then we pop this in the oven, 20 to 25 minutes. And it kind of sets like a tart, I'm guessing. And there we've got our beautiful finished product. Absolutely gorgeous.
It even goes like a golden brown and delicious. Wasn't that someone's chef name yesterday? Golden brown and delicious.
Oh, Granny Smith. Okay, when you boil it down to Granny Smith, it might not be the coolest chef name. But she is golden delicious. I love it. Exquisite. Couldn't be easier to make, and it's relatively healthy. It packs a fruit punch. So delicious. If you are not a fan, then stick to fruits of the forest straight from the tub, which is perfectly okay. But I would suggest just try this. Try it out and see for yourself, and you can head over to expressoshow.com to get the full recipe and a whole lot more culinary inspiration.
Yeah, I love a tart. I'm going to... Oh, should we cut it? I don't want to ruin it.
I know, it's so
beautiful.
good. So beautiful. Okay, we'll take a few more for the gram, and then we'll dive in.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Well done, eh?
Enjoy a thicker and creamier full cream yogurt with real fruit pieces. A fruitful day awaits with Clover Fruits of the Forest.
Thank you so much, guys, for sorting breakfast. And now we can take a quick break. When we come back, look who's in the house. JP Sebastian talking about what's hot and happening at the movies. We were joking because I recently did go to the movies. I think it was the first time, and thank you. I deserve that handshake.
A presidential handshake?
Yeah, it was lovely. So some really cool options at the big screen at the moment. JP will run us through. And then we met a little bit earlier. Kosi is here with her Uhadi, and she's going to be performing for us in just a little bit. She's got that $1 million smile going. And we can't wait to hear and get a bit of a music going on your Thursday. We'll see you just now.
Very dry, tight, sensitive skin. Relieve itchy skin in just 60 seconds with Aveeno's Skin Relief Moisturizing Lotion. Aveeno.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso right here on S3. Like I said before the break, let's talk some movies. JP Sebastian in the house. The weekend is just around the corner, and with the weather the way it is, it could be nice for some popcorns and slushies and
cuddle time.
What a slushy in the rain. You are.
My friend, I will have a slushie anytime. Blueberry, please.
Oh, very specific.
And that's exactly what I had because I went to the movies for the first time in years. I feel like I deserve a badge. I got a handshake earlier on.
When you're a parent, it's like a hostage situation, though, right?
It is, but I did. I went with my two boys, and it was so lekker to just have a box of popcorn and some sweets. And do you also put
I
some
do that.
in
The chocolates
popcorn?
go inside.
Chocolates go inside.
I thought that was just an
bite of
American thing. I'm
both.
clearly not as modern as you guys.
You're missing out. You're missing out, JP. So when you have a bite, it's like a bit of sweet, a bit of salty.
And because it's dark, you never really know what you're getting. And then all of a sudden... Anyways,
I think we're in the cooking segment now.
Okay, let's go there.
Well, what's crazy for me to think about, and I was just thinking about this morning, because what I'm doing here is giving you a list of like what's on circuit presently, what's now showing. Is back in the day, by the way, South Africans, we used to go to the movies, look at the posters and go,
what are we going to watch?
Which one do you want?
It's going to be a surprise.
Now you need to like phone Cyril, you need like 3 bank statements, like SARS has to clear your name to go, like it's expensive. So maybe I can help out to help you make up your mind. So the first one is called Hitman, which is a really not super clever name, I suppose, but the director is very, very good. His name's Richard Linklater, and previously did movies like, to go years back, jeez, it's so sad. Well, from my formative years of high school, he did very sophisticated stuff like Waking Life, which is these deep philosophical kind of things. When you're a teenager, it's like one of the first movies that you happen upon, and it's like, ooh, I'm now into art movies. I'm fancy.
Art house.
But he also does very like breezy kind of stuff too. Did Dazed and Confused, I don't know if you remember School of Rock with Jack Black.
Jack Black, love him.
Hilarious, but also like does quite tender kind of stuff. And here it's a similar sort of feeling in that it's a true story. Glenn Powell, who, by the way, is like the modern Wonder Boy in Hollywood, I think. People are lining up very much as a replacement of Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise still exists, guys, I promise you. True story of a professor in New Orleans is where this is set. It was Texas originally, who moonlighted as a fake hitman to help the police ensnare people who were looking to get a hit put out on someone, and he falls into a situation that he's not too sure he should be doing this for.
Right.
A woman comes to him and she wants a hit on her husband, but it's because he's abusive. And so he does, do you throw that poor person in jail? However, for all that seriousness, it is a rom-com. And like I said, Richard Linklater and also Glenn Powell, who co-wrote on this, looks like they've got something pretty intelligent on their hands. There are a lot of critics saying this is one of the funniest of the year. And it just sort of went under the radar.
Yeah.
So these are out already. This has been out for like a week. And it opened in South Africa at number 6, so it is getting some support. But I'm keen for it because, like, once in a while, comedies, sometimes they hit, sometimes they miss.
Oh, God, that fine line, I mean, come on, it gets missed so many times.
Too many times, and so maybe what you need is a hit, man. And that's going to be one that's on the radar for me.
Well, let's look at the second one. Garfield is back.
I think
that's exactly what I went to watch.
He looks so proud of himself that he got out of the house.
Did the boys love it too?
Oh, they loved it.
Yeah.
Look, I'm a big fan of a good Garfield story, and this was it for me. It was really nice. It was just an easy watch. It was lovely. The kids enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's a win-win for kids and parents.
Absolutely.
There's this crossover. Like sometimes like I said, it's a hostage situation. The kid thinks they want to see something, and both of you are like bored out of your skulls. And afterwards, the kid is like, I didn't like that either. So. But for me, even though I'm not a dad, it felt like this is the kind of thing where both parties might win.
Right.
That poster, by the way, is very strange. In the bottom left corner, it says D-Neg, which is the company who did the special effects for Dune. I don't know why they felt like they should put their name on this, but God bless them. Anyway.
Because it's cute.
It
Look at that.
I've got a ginger cat, so now this movie means even more to me.
Is he as much of a frat as Garfield?
He is. He's always wanting what I'm having on my plate.
I've heard that ginger cats are very special.
They're crazy.
And Garfield, on the other hand, is lazy. And the story is now his origin story, in a way. But still, grown-up Garfield, it's him finding out about his estranged dad.
Oh.
Right? You can help us out here. It's Samuel L. Jackson who plays his dad.
Oh.
Yes.
But for me, I think one of the roles that stole it for me was the big purple bull played by Ving Rhames.
He was by far my favorite character in the entire movie.
Hilarious, the dead seriousness. Whatever.
Love it. And it's dramatic. He's got this incredibly dramatic pause.
So many strange twists and turns that Garfield... So he meets up with his dad, who he didn't know his entire life. He gets then hustled into a situation where, in order to find some sort of like peace in the home, there's this other cat who's a gangster who makes a deal with him to go steal some milk. And then there's this lone bull who's trying to reconnect with his wife. I don't know why it's so deep and laid and rich and complex.
It's for the parents, though. We all need to relate.
But it makes sense when you go watch it.
Can you just give me real quick the director's name on there?
The director is Mark Tyndall.
Mark Tyndall did one of the greatest animations I've ever seen in my life. Garfield was not one of those, but Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, I love that.
Is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life.
Ever. I'd watch it to this day.
Do yourselves a favor, watch Emperor's New Groove, maybe go do Garfield afterwards. I have to, however, remind everyone about The Boy and the Heron. You might just get like a brief moment, a sliver in the cinema to still see this one, because The Boy and the Heron was the movie that won the Oscar for Best Animation this year. It is a masterpiece, guys. You know when a movie feels like medicine? You know when a movie like really feels like it's healing you? Just watching this trailer again, like I hit goosebumps, guys. I'm getting goosebumps now thinking about how much this movie. So one reason being is that Hayao Miyazaki, Studio Ghibli, he's a master director. He was actually like the first Japanese animation to win an Oscar back in 2001, I think it was, for Spirited Away. Every movie he does is 10 out of 10.
Yes.
And, geez, it's hair-raising sometimes, the story of this kid who, there you go, Academy Award winner for Best Animated Film, truly deserved. If they could give it 2 Oscars, they really should. Maybe even Best Picture. But whatever.
I just recently watched Spirited Away, and it was absolutely incredible.
Hand-drawn.
Oh, my goodness.
Hand-painted, before CG. So yeah, you get it.
Yes,
do yourself
I do.
a favor. If I mean, you love Spirited Away, right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
It's
now
right up my alley then.
I don't know how much longer we still have a big screen on our hands, guys. With streaming services. Maybe try and rush to one real quick to see The Boy and the Heron, and maybe take your kids as well. Even though
I wanted to ask you about this, but I mean, I know we're short on time, but I mean, when you look at a movie like that, The Boy and the Heron, it's not just for the kids.
No, there's some very
that's the
hairy
thing. You look at animation, you tend to think like, no, it's not for
Pop
me.
and cheese is just for the children, but it's not.
I'll get into why that happens in Japan in particular another day, but hey, I'll tell you about that when the time comes around.
Go grab your popcorns. Thank you, JP.
Peace out.
Thank you so much, team. Let's focus on the small screen for now. It is exactly the top of the hour, 7 o'clock in the morning. Let's dive into our national news. And let's start here with a firm focus on our national situation. The ANC has suggested forming a government of national unity, that after losing its parliamentary majority in last week's elections. So it says it's reached out to all parties and negotiations are currently underway. An ANC spokesperson, Mahlengi Bengu-Motsiri, says the results indicate that South Africans wish all parties to work together. Meanwhile, SA Reserve Bank Governor Lesetja Kganyago has warned of the possible impact of an unstable coalition government at national level. And he emphasized that if coalition policies were not stable, South Africa was likely to lose investors. Now we stay in South Africa, where the Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture, Zizi Kodwa, yesterday resigned from the cabinet with immediate effect. So Kodwa is facing corruption charges and yesterday appeared alongside co-accused former EOH Holdings boss Johan McKay in the Specialised Commercial Crimes Court, the Palm Ridge Magistrates Court in Gauteng. And they were granted bail of 30,000 rand each. The corruption charges they are facing amount to some 1.7 million rand. Now it's cast a wider gaze and a firm focus once again on Israel. It says it has launched a new military offensive against Hamas in central Gaza, with ground troops now backed by airstrikes. The medical charity Doctors Without Borders says at least 70 bodies and some 300 wounded people have been brought to a hospital in the town of Deir al-Balah since yesterday. Most of them were women and children. Now, a spokesperson for the organisation, Karen Huster, said the casualty department was crowded with hundreds of people waiting to receive medical treatment. Now, in another very dark-tinged story, dozens of gold miners are trapped underground after a pit collapsed in central Nigeria. The incident occurred on Monday after heavy rainfall in the Niger state. But news was slow to emerge because of the country's general strike playing out this week, which was called off on Tuesday. The Niger State Emergency Service Agency said some 30 people were still trapped as rescue efforts continue. Officials believe the collapse was caused by the torrential rains, which softened the soil. Mining accidents are not uncommon in Nigeria, with many involving illegal miners going unreported. Now let's bring it back home for some good news to take the edge off. And this coming out of KZN, and it's that the South Coast Tourism and Investment Enterprise in the province is expanding its footprint with a new Emalangeni experience in Umdoni, offering authentic cultural engagements while supporting local entrepreneurs. We love the sound of that. The idea is to grow tourism in the right way in rural areas, promoting inclusive tourism that benefits local communities through job creation and providing visitors with a unique opportunity to really experience, live local culture and explore the beautiful hinterland of the KZN South Coast. I think some of the most beautiful stretches of South Africa's coastline, and the Emalangeni experience route starts at Pennington, extending into Emalangeni, and then includes activities such as touring the Ntalezi Msani Heritage Centre, the historic Buerta House, hiking in some of the most exquisite nature reserves, dining at local clubs, and then of course tasting the craft beer just after 12 o'clock. The route offers both self-drive, which I think is a great way to do it, or some exquisite guided tours. Go on, experience your backyard, because it might be one of the best in the world. That's where we leave our news headlines. Let's get into the sport.
Thank you so much, Graham. Let's quickly take a look at your big sporting headlines on this Thursday morning. Starting off with cricket news, India dominated Ireland with an 8-wicket win in their Group A T20 World Cup opener in New York. Bowling out Ireland for 96, Hardik Pandya took 3 wickets, while Jasprit Bumrah and Arshdeep Singh claimed Rashmi Pant 36 not out. A lively pre-Euro 2024 friendly at Parken Stadium. Denmark struck early with Pierre-Emil Højbjerg scoring from Eriksen's corner. Now, Sweden's Alexander Isak quickly equalised, but Eriksen's brilliant 86-minute strike sealed that win. Now, the match highlighted Eriksen's crucial role as Denmark's creative force. Now, Euro 2024 gets underway in Germany on the 14th of June, with the host taking on Scotland. Then moving over to MotoGP, six-time MotoGP world champion Marc Marquez will join the Ducati factory team in 2025, partnering with reigning champion Francesco Bagnaia. Marquez, currently with Ducati satellite team Gresini, joined in 2024 after 11 seasons at Honda. Now, he will now replace Enea Bastianini on a 2-year contract. Marquez, winless since October 2021, is currently 8th in the standings. And tennis news, the Russian teenager Mira Andreeva stunned second seed Aryna Sabalenka with a 6-7, 6-4, 6-4 victory at the French Open, becoming the youngest Grand Slam semi-finalist since 1997. And at 17, the youngest to reach the Roland Garros semi-final since Martina Hingis. Now, she will face 12th seed Jasmine Paolini, who upset former Wimbledon champion Elena Rybakina for a spot in the final. Definitely a lot happening on the tennis courts, that is for sure. But that is where we leave your sports for now. Let's see if the roads are currently awake. Carissa standing by.
Well, let's take a look at those roads. Out in Durban in KwaZulu-Natal, there is a road closure between Queen Nandi Drive and the Kwamashu Highway exit as a result of a cash-in-transit heist. Use an alternative route to avoid any delays and exercise caution while driving. Now, out in Woodlands in Johannesburg, there has been a multi-vehicle on the N1 southbound before Buccleuch interchange. The left lane is closed, so drive carefully and, of course, allow for some added travel time. That wraps up your roads for now. Let's take a look at what's happening in your world of weather. Now, the SA Weather Service has issued several warnings for today. An orange level 5 warning for storm surge expected along the coast between Plettenberg Bay and Buffalo City, causing flooding in low-lying coastal regions, disruption to small harbors, and damage to beaches and estuaries. A yellow level 2 warning for disruptive rain is in effect for the southwestern part of the Western Cape, resulting in localized flooding, slippery roads, and reduced visibility. Another yellow level 2 warning for damaging winds and waves affecting small vessels expected between Plettenberg Bay and East London. Extremely high fire danger conditions are anticipated in Limpopo, the Eastern Free State, Northwest and Southern Gauteng. And finally, very cold and wet windy conditions are expected in the Namakwa district of the Northern Cape and the Witzenberg municipality in the Western Cape. Of course, you've got to take a look at our sunrise view of the hour, as the sun, of course, has said a very big hello to us. And this one was sent from Rustenburg. Rosina, of course, got in touch with a beautiful sunrise morning view. I absolutely love that morning light coming on through. Look at the rays the sun is making through the trees and, of course, that building right there. Absolutely love that, Rosina. Thank you for sharing your morning with us. And if you too would like to do the same, we still have a couple more to get through. You can share that with us on 063 408 8863. If you're wondering what's happening in the world of temperatures, do stick around because we'll have a look right now.
And baby, it's warm inside. We're going to keep you indoors for as long as we can. And yes, we are still trying to decide whether this is dessert or breakfast. I'm going to make it officially breakfast. We whipped up the most beautiful, I'm going to call it baked yogurt tart earlier with our fruits of the forest. So I'm going to kind of bolster that up with a little bit more of my favorite flavor variant, the citrus, and have a little taste. Why? Because I have a feeling we're going to need to recharge. We are in for an incredible hour on the way. We know that Kosi has been warming up for the last hour, taking us into another realm, and I have a feeling she is going to blow us away with her performance this morning. Then just to bolster the inspiration even more, not that we need it, we're going to introduce you to, well, 4 heroes. 2 of them, I'm guessing, are wearing collars, but you just don't know. These incredible beings are going to show us just how big the human and animal bond really is. Stick around. Come here, my friend.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, welcome back. It's time for some feel-good news with a dose of heroism, buckets of heroism, in fact. South Africa was rocked by the building collapse in George on the 6th of May that had a devastating effect on so many lives. It put so many families through the absolute worst kind of scenario. Some incredible sniffer dogs put their paws up, lending a helpful paw in the search, and canine trainers James and Marianne are here to chat to us about the lives they managed to save in George, along with their incredible pups, Chaos and Echo. That's a dangerous name, calling your pup Chaos and she's looking at me.
Can I just say, with names like these and dogs like those, they deserve their own movie franchise. That is for sure. So cool.
The
James,
Fast and the Furious.
yeah, Miriam, thank you very much for joining us. Everyone was just gravitating to you the minute you walked into studio because they've got just such incredible presence, these pups. But I mean, firstly, a big thank you for the role that you played. I mean, it was a devastating story. We saw it splashed out on the news headlines, on social media. It was everyone, but you guys were there. How many people were you able to assist in the end?
It's very difficult to tell at any point in time, especially in that situation, because when the dogs were alerting, they're alerting on essentially odor that's coming up through the concrete. So, and there was quite a few areas where there was multiple people under the concrete. So how many people we actually have no idea.
Yeah, and of course for you guys as well. I mean, to be on it, I mean, this is what you guys do. I mean, what was the situation like? Because we know that, I mean, yeah, we're sitting with a collapse. It was rubble. It was unstable. What was the situation like, what you guys saw? I mean, you were on the ground.
Yeah, so we arrived on Tuesday evening. We were deployed on Monday.
Yeah.
We were deployed at 5. We left Solaris Pass at about 4:30. got to George at 8, and we're on the site at 8:30 with the dogs.
My goodness.
Because it's very important to get on as quickly as possible for the dogs to ID on any live people, so that the rescue can then start. So we deployed them. They ID'd on about 7 different places where they could smell live. The dogs then come off the site, and then the rescuers start trying to remove concrete.
The toil. I mean, it is such a collaborative effort, and it's an emotional effort. I remember Alderman J.P. Smith talking about a particular rescue scenario that he arrived at, where they had stopped finding bodies, live people. And the dogs became so despondent, they actually had to hide and pretend to be live rescue people so that these dogs could get inspired again. There is an emotional connection here, something that happens through that training process. How do you get this right when you're dealing with something, a nose that is so nuanced and something that is so good at what it does? How do you point that in the right direction? How do you train these pups for this urban kind of rescue environment?
Yeah, that's a very good question and quite a complex answer that I'm going to try and keep very high level. But for the live find, essentially what we do is exactly what you described. We start off with normally the handler doing what we call a runaway. So the handler goes and hides, and then someone releases the dog, and the handler, obviously, the dog wants to get to the to the handler. So it kind of teaches the dog the hunting for something. And then we go through a process of taking different people and getting them to go and hide. And the dog just goes through a process of learning that when it finds someone, it's going to get rewarded. And essentially the dogs are searching for the reward. They're searching for the payment. They're not really searching so much from a humanitarian point of view. They're searching because they know they're going to get paid at the end of it.
Something as simple as this is their payment.
But that's exactly it. Yeah, I mean, it's about the reward, but I mean, it's a skill that we don't possess. That we can hone in. That can mean the difference between life or death, and that's how serious it is. But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, it's also important for you as handlers and for the pups to be safe in an environment like that. I mean, what are the measures? Because you want to make sure that your dogs are safe. I mean, these guys I can imagine the training takes quite a while, to really get this right and pinpoint it. What safety measures are in place for you guys to ensure your safety as well?
Yeah, so we obviously, if there's someone on site who will check that the area is safe for humans' weight to go on. Areas, it's not about me, it's about the ball.
Oh, whatever. That's love.
I love that.
Yeah, so, and obviously the dog's been a bit lighter than us. We can send them in areas where it's safe. All right, put your...
And I'll take over for a moment. If we need to, we put booties on the dogs. So all the dogs are trained to wear booties if they need to. We do only put booties on the dogs if it is necessary because of the environment, because it does change their ability to understand movement and some of their traction and that kind of thing. So if we can keep the dogs with their natural feet, that's better.
This is an athlete. It's a breed.
And we do a lot of agility training with functional agility training with them, and teaching them how to understand to climb ladders and cross very narrow ledges and all that kind of thing.
Just very quickly, how do you know a dog is right for this? Because there's very different breeds doing this.
Yeah.
What is the mark of a successful search and rescue dog?
So our dogs have to be human friendly. They mustn't show any aggression, because we're going to be looking not just for adults, or we're looking for children.
Often,
or elderly people. Then the next thing is they have to be toy obsessed. So not just like their toy, they have to be like, I want it. I don't want anything but that.
They have to have a switch.
They have to go completely.
Just like that.
And when this isn't around, we have an off button so they can relax and chill.
I love that. It's absolutely amazing. What a resource to have. And I'm talking on both sides here of the couch. Thank you so much for the work that you do. And I know it must come with its fair share of trauma as well. So thank you for taking all of that on board for the rest of us. We really do appreciate it. Just absolutely too beautiful
Chaos
for words.
and echo.
I was going to ask who's the boss here in the relationship, but I think we know. Thank you, Echo. Well, dogs like these incredible pups here, Chaos and Echo, are true heroes, bar none. And we all honor their incredible work, likewise their trainers. And just like these dogs go out of their way to protect us, NextGuard believes that they deserve the same protection from us, their custodians, inside and out. That's against fleas, ticks, mites and worms, all the usual suspects. And NextGuard is protecting our heroes who protect us, ultimately.
Absolutely. And some heroes wear capes, others wear collars. What a joy
And
this
capes
morning.
if they
and
want.
Capes if they want to. But here's the thing, you stand the chance to win 2,000 Rand cash and a surprise goodie. Simply reply to the competition post on Expresso social media pages and tell us a heartwarming story about your dog. And I mean, there's so many. I bet you don't even have to think about it. Now, don't forget to include that hashtag NextGuard and hashtag Guardians of Love. This competition closes at midday on Friday, the 7th of June. That's tomorrow. T's and C's can be found on our website, expressoshow.com.
Good luck, guys. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Pleasure.
Put the ball away before it goes flying. The cameras go flying.
Oh man, I would imagine you get this reaction from people all the time. Do you ever feel like they steal your limelight just a little bit?
Yeah. You guys are just...
But we couldn't do what we do without them. So.
And we get people that come up and they're like, oh, chaos. And sorry, you are...
Yeah, who are you?
just chopped liver or something. I don't know.
Oh, buddy, you are not chopped liver, okay? Oh, thank you. You are definitely not chopped liver. I don't have a ball. I'm sorry.
Well, just
absolutely beautiful. Oh, you guys are amazing. Can they stay for the day?
Yeah.
For a little bit. Thank you.
Yeah, makeup again. It's been removed.
All right. All right. Well, it's time for us to, I think, take a moment to appreciate these incredible pups, but also to appreciate this incredible talent. Ladies and gentlemen, I would imagine right now we're about to be taken on an incredible journey of the spirit. Kosi, it's all yours.
Hello, everyone. Do welcome to this sitting with me today. So the song I'll be doing, it's called Pila. It's a medley with Uthando Luphelile. It was written originally by Indwe and Matosini. And I'd just like to dedicate the song to, you know, the Palestine war that's happening. I'd like to pray for Congo in this moment. Ditukubo, makbekos kubele. I hope you do enjoy.
Bona
zelikhona sithanda zelikaza sithanda zela Israel sithi phila phila sithi phila phila. Thank you.
Wow, 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 wow. What an incredible performance and performer you are. Osi, my goodness. I've got goosebumps. My soul feels rejuvenated. I actually can't, you know what I'm imagining? I'm imagining yourself, Thandiswa Mazwai and Zoe Modiga sharing a stage one day. Can you imagine?
I receive that.
Yes, receive it. It is yours. We're going to hear more from our beautiful performer in just a little bit. And of course, we have some more goodness that awaits you on the other side of this. Start your DIY project, why not, with a new store that's opened out in Springfield. We'll get those details in just a bit. Not only that, we're going to head back to the kitchen where we're making some apple fritters. What does that sound like to you? Pretty good, eh? And we're going to add some extra thick vanilla cream on top. So if that does tickle your fancy, don't go anywhere.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You might call us strange. In fact, many do, but we get excited, okay? We're an excitable bunch because we get to be present for these moments and we understand what it means. And in a moment of very much anticipation and excitement, we get to explore an incredible new addition to the Builders family.
Yes, and this one is out at the Springfield area and it opened up in KwaZulu-Natal, of course. And our Kutle went out there to explore it all and witness everything firsthand. I think we just have to take a look. Let's go.
We're here in Springfield, KwaZulu-Natal to celebrate a very special grand opening of the brand new Builders Springfield store. It's a fantastic and exciting day for DIY enthusiasts, homeowners, and of course, tradespeople in the community. Just upon arrival, you can feel the energy is absolutely electric. The employees cannot wait to enter this brand new store here in Springfield. Can we also talk about the cutting of the ribbon? It wasn't even a cutting of a ribbon. It was literally like sewing through wood, which I think was absolutely brilliant. It speaks to the culture and the core and the essence of what Builders Springfield is all about.
I think the new Builders Springfield store is amazing, and it's close proximity to where I just recently bought a site, so that's the main reason I'm here actually.
Builders Springfield is designed to bring quality, convenience, and the widest assortment of home and building renovation materials right to your doorstep. The store features a redesigned layout to enhance your shopping experience, a new garden center, patio department, and an access yard for customers. Let's take a closer look. Tell us how excited you are about this opening of the brand new Builders.
The most excited. All the different pieces of work that I do as the VP of marketing, the store opening is my absolute best.
Can you tell us what this opening of this brand new store means for the Springfield community?
Gee, it really means a great deal for the Springfield community. We're so excited. There's quite a few people from other builders that were promoted that came into this store, but 26 brand new people were employed in this area around us in KZN. 26 doesn't sound a lot, but when you open a store, it creates much more other employment. Suppliers employ more people. When customers thrive, when the community thrive, everything just lifts up. So that is one of the most important and most wonderful things that we do in retail.
Some of the standout features that I truly love and enjoy has to be the garden center. As soon as you walk in, you feel like you can immerse yourself in the Garden of Eden. Beautiful, it's inspiring. It makes me feel like I too can have green fingers and, you know, try my hand at gardening at some point. Shabir, it's an exciting day today because it's the grand opening of Builders Springfield. How excited are you?
I'm ecstatic.
We're all here excited and inspired by the space. But take us back. How long have you been a part of the Builders family?
I've been with Builders almost 13 years.
Wow.
I spent 5 years of my career at Builders Umhlanga, focusing more on retail customers. And I had the opportunity once again to open up something of my own, which is from scratch. And so it's given me an opportunity to handpick my team, which I've done with my senior management team. In that journey, we had to also take into consideration people that were in the existing Builders Springfield, where we then brought in people back home, more closer. So we're working, you know, in collaboration with the community to ensure that, you know, we can grow, develop. It gives us more stability and a stronger foundation.
The section I'm most excited about, obviously because I'm still building in the building phase, is the material. I went outside to check out some of the timber, some of the brick force, and definitely the kitchen and the landscaping.
Catherine, we've seen Builders across South Africa. How would you say that the Springfield store enhances the overall customer experience?
Well, I mean, your customers are buzzing in here. It is so early in the morning because of the experience, because of the opportunity to do something with garden, with braai, with pool, with patio, with paint, with decor, with bathroom, with your garage door if that's what you need. And we've got such a range of super explosive specials in every department.
Are there plans to further expand the Builders family?
Builders Builders is #1. We are anti-procrastinators. It's due day at Builders every single day. In fact, you won't believe it, but this very week, we opened a great big shop in Hermanus in the Western Cape. And at the end of the week, we are in Springfield opening this beautiful shop here in the Durban area. So we are growing and going, and there's plans for many more in 2024 and 2025.
As we wrap up here at Boulder Springfield, you can find this amazing store at Umgeni Decor Lifestyle Park, Intersite Avenue, KwaZulu-Natal. They are open from Monday to Friday from 9 to 7 p.m., Saturdays and public holidays from 9 to 4 p.m., and on Sundays from 9 to 2 p.m. So if you are a DIY enthusiast or simply looking to improve your home, then Boulders Springfield is your one-stop shop for all your needs.
Yep, sign up for a Builder's card right now. I love that store.
Yes.
And it's dangerous because every time you go in there, you go in with one thing or two things on your list and you leave with about 5 things that you didn't know you needed yet.
Yeah, for that DIY project you've been putting off for way too long.
But it's the services, like the fact that you can scan a QR code and get the service that you need to install the thing that you've just bought. That is the game changer. So congratulations to the new family member, Kath, and everyone behind this incredible brand. We salute you.
Oh, and Kuhle, it was so good to see you. For now, though, we've got to head to the kitchen. I'm already seeing some really interesting things being made.
Hungry.
Apple fritters. Can you imagine, with an extra thick, creamy vanilla topping?
Please.
Here's a treat heading your way right now, and this is our breakfast sorted for sure. I mean, come on, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, and that's what they say, right? But the whole thing is that Woolies, they really are passionate about farming for the future, and that is what we're going to talk about. We're going to use these incredible apples that they farmed, and Chef Clem is going to show us how to make incredible apple fritters. And I mean, like I mentioned, Woolworths made it their priority to farm in harmony with nature by working closely with their suppliers and producers to find that sustainable farming methods. And Clem recently visited one of their apple suppliers and a compost site as well to learn more about farming for the future. And now he's in the kitchen to create some juicy apple goodness. My friend, it is wonderful to see you.
It's always good seeing you.
It's wonderful to see you. You look good.
You look good.
Thank
I love
you.
the polo neck. Always.
Polo neck or turtleneck? I'm not sure. I like polo neck, but...
There we go.
You stumped there for a second. We are talking about apples, though.
Yes.
Not turtles. So, listen, my friend, you've been to these farms. You've been to a compost site as well. What have you seen?
So funny
because we talk about
there's a
farming for the
relation there with the
future.
apples and the turtles because it's all about sustainability and the future. It really is amazing. Sustainability, it's almost become like a buzzword, right? But for Woolies, it's never been a buzzword. It's always just been
part of their good business journey.
It's always been part of their good business journey, like you said. And you read about things and you hear about things, but when you get to go to the farm and understand how obsessed they are about farming for the future, and like how they're taking it to the next level and how we are setting global standards. We are setting global standards. People are coming to learn from us now, just of how we're doing things, how we're approaching everything we do, down to the soil. We always talk about exclusive to Woolies, right? We know Clement Gold exclusive to Woolies. Woolies have an exclusive recipe for compost. That's their recipe. And it's all about producing life inside that soil. So they add things to there that just promote life. So when it goes back into the ground to grow these apples, they literally know where it's coming from and what it's being grown in. And also, I can talk about this forever.
Because, I mean, we talk about it. You got to start, with anything you start, you got to build a strong foundation. And this is exactly it.
Again, and to the literal sense, starting from the ground up. And it's amazing. I meet all these new farmers and they all have a very similar story about working in partnership with Woolworths towards this one goal of farming for the future. And it's amazing. Everyone says, the Woolies will come to them as Woolies and say to them, how are we going to be different? And then the farmers are like, oh my word, okay, cool, what's new? And I've visited farms and I've visited one farm multiple times. And over the span of 1 year, the innovation that has happened, just because Woolworths is there going, how can we be different? Mind-blowing. New ways of growing plants, trees, what we actually eat today that's better for the earth, better for us. And at the end of the day, that's what matters.
Exactly, my friend.
As a chef, this is they're telling me to start cooking. But I'm telling you, it is so inspirational learning about farming for the future and being part of it. Apples.
So we go farm to table right now.
Yes.
Okay, so we got the apples. We're making delicious apple fritters here this morning. So talk to us. What are we doing? Because I see there's some apples already skinned and floating.
There we go. So what we've done is we've got our beautiful apples. We're going golden delicious. Well, actually, those are Granny Smiths. Nice and tart. We want a little bit of tartness. I'm going to ask you the crispness is what you want. I'm going to ask you if you can give me some decent sized slices. That thick.
Okay.
There we go. And I'm going to work on the batter. So this is quite a lacquer batter. So if you like camping,
yes,
this is a great one. You don't really need measurements. You do it just by feel. Okay, and I actually feel like I've added too much flour. There we go. So flour goes in, and we're gonna season the flour. We start it with salt. Even when you're baking sweet goods, don't forget the salt. That goes in. Cinnamon, apples and cinnamon. I mean, do I need to?
How's this? Am I doing it right here?
You're doing more than all right.
Okay,
then
I'm gonna finish off
a
that
little
one.
bit of sugar, vanilla. And this is vanilla paste, so it is think vanilla essence or vanilla extract. This is like the pure goodness of it, and I'm not shy with it. It's so good. Then we're gonna go buttermilk. So it's a self-raising flour with buttermilk. The acidity in the buttermilk reacts with the leavening agent and self-raising flour, and then boom, that gives us some texture, some lightness.
That's it.
There we go in, and then 1 egg. How you doing there?
I'm good. I'm just trying to measure because I don't want to disappoint you.
No, you cannot. You cannot.
Okay, well, there we have it. So we got some lekker, thick apple slices.
Yes.
And the thing is, with just you put the cinnamon in, dude. If there's one ingredient that goes well with an apple,
it's 100%.
It is cinnamon. It really is.
There we go. So what we're looking for is quite a thick batter. So if we do it, if what happens to you, what happens to me now? You added too much flour. Don't stress. Just get some water. Then we're gonna rinse out our bottle of buttermilk. Yeah, do it.
There we go.
There we go. But you want it quite nice, thick, and can be lumpy batter. So I'm gonna grab some of Ewan's beautiful slices of apple. I'm gonna coat it in a little bit of flour first. The flour on the apple helps the batter stick to it.
Okay. Do you want me to put it in a bowl for you, or
what's that? You can give it a toss over here for me in the flour.
Okay.
Them apples.
Them apples.
Okay, cool.
How do you
We're
like
nearly
them
there.
apples? So can I just throw? I'm just gonna throw all of them in here.
This is honestly such an easy recipe. And one apple, depending on how thin you slice it, one apple can make enough dessert for everyone. Okay, we've got 1 minute, Ewan. Can we do this?
We can do this.
There we go. Okay.
Luckily, we do have a finished product, but
That's
let's
also true.
show the process.
But I love a challenge.
Okay, so here's one.
Here's one.
There we go.
Okay, so keep one hand dry. Let one hand be the dipper.
Okay.
There we go. Come over to your oil. You can see we've got that little hole in the middle. That's also going to help it fry up quicker.
Righto.
There we go.
Oh, look at that.
And I do like that you cut them a little thicker than normal, because I do like the way
you
that...
said like...
No, that's what I'm saying. I love it, because the outside goes slightly cooked. Do you think I was going to hit you? Excuse me.
I'm just not. I just don't, like I said, I don't want to disappoint you, Chef Clem.
You did the perfect thing.
Okay.
Because the outside of the apple's going to get a little cooked, but the inside's going to stay a little crunchy. All about texture. So what you do is absolutely amazing. And you can see it starts floating very quickly. And I think I will say about
another one.
Shh, why not? What's one fritter? What is?
Okay, so there we have it.
These are so quick and easy to make. It fries up in literally about a minute. And I say have it piping hot.
Have it piping hot.
And then have it with a little bit of cinnamon sugar, which is super simple. You just get cinnamon and you get sugar. As soon as it comes out the oil, there we go. Sugar, cinnamon.
Okay, well, you do that. I don't have a hand to do that. So while Chef Clem is finishing this off, you can go ahead and treat yourself and your loved ones to the ultimate homemade comfort. And this is really homemade comfort. When you talk about apples and cinnamon, I mean, come on. And you can find this recipe on our website, expressoshow.com. To find out more about farming for the future, like Chef Clem said, it is fascinating. You can visit williesfarmingforthefuture.co.za. And you know what? You might learn a thing or two because it is fascinating. Chef Clem, you really?
Yeah, why not?
Ah, okay. Look at that. Love it. Go check it out. Go make it. Woo.
Bake more memories with Royal Baking Powder, and you could win your own KitchenAid stand mixer. Be a part of the Tastemaster competition action by watching the show and baking a creative interpretation of the week's theme using Royal Baking Powder. Then upload it to socials by replying to the competition post, including hashtag the Tastemaster SA and hashtag Bake More Memories. Don't miss the Tastemaster SA every Tuesday evening at 7, repeat Wednesday at 1 and Sundays at 4 p.m. on SABC2.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. I think you've been feeling the excitement bubbling under all morning. We love being a part of these moments in time. A label born to produce, I think, an appreciation of the simplicity and sophistication of fashion, the long game. Trenery's modern approach has taken South Africa by storm. And I was very fortunate to play just a little part in the launch of their brand new, and it is beautiful, flagship store that opened at the V&A waterfront. And I was left speechless. It doesn't often happen, but yes, not only because of the environmentally conscious perspective, but when you think of slow fashion, staples, and investment in your wardrobe, and a whole new range of opportunities for South African shoppers, this is what this represents. Take a look. Those that know the brand of Trenery will understand that it offers access to sophistication, simplicity, and a level of luxury that few other brands in South Africa can match. I am so honored and privileged to be playing a very special part as we take the very first steps into their reimagined store here at the V&A waterfront. It is going to be breathtaking. Mel, congratulations on this point being reached. I know so much has gone into getting us to this point. How are you feeling now that the moment has arrived?
Absolutely elated. We've redubbed this store our global flagship because it absolutely is just so gosh darn gorgeous.
You are a very big global brand with some dominance, yet you seem so rooted in your location, certainly here within South Africa. Why is that so important to you?
We are a global company, but we consider the community and the people that we trust ourselves with in any scene. And I think it's just really wonderful that we've been able to embrace different photographers from South Africa, sculpture work. We're also, looking at commissioning some tapestries, things like that. So there's so many touches of the South African community in this store, and that's what gives me joy. We really wanted this store to have more of a home/gallery feel than a commercial store. Hopefully we've achieved that, and I just want our customers to feel at home and relaxed, and that's certainly the feedback that we're getting tonight.
Paul, first of all, congratulations. I know you've worked with incredible local artists to create a completely unique look and feel. However, it's so welcoming and warm and still has that touch of sophistication and luxury. How have you gotten that balance right?
I think we had worked for about a year and a half on bringing the individual elements of this store together. There's of course the local artwork collaborations that we have, local furniture collaborations that are kind of bringing the space to life, but there are also so many very thoughtful, sustainable elements in this store as well. Every single element of the store has been considered by a team of people who have looked for the best materials locally in every market that we bring this concept to, and that's taken the work of many people for many, many months.
As a brand, Trenery was launched within the Woolworths family back in 2009 through Country Road. Since it has grown to become the tip of that spear, representing quite literally access to luxury in that space, now offering something not only for the South African market, certainly here at the V&A waterfront, an international market as well. This is a global, world-class brand.
I think something that really stands out for me with Trenery is that it's not something that is worn. It's timeless pieces that are lived. And what we want to do for the South African consumer is curate personalized experiences for, make every journey into the store a memorable one, an absolutely delightful one, where it's not just about a transaction, but truly an experience that will be one that is memorable and create lasting memories and forever be bonded to our beautiful brand.
14 years ago, launching our first pad in V&A concession, what a journey. I think from a product-focused perspective, luxury is always the key in terms of where the direction has gone from the previous strategy to the new strategy. What I'm really excited about from a category perspective is knitwear, leather, so that's in our autumn-winter season, and linen has always been the key fabrication from a Trenery perspective. So everything to be excited about and nothing to hold back when you go into stores.
It's not often after an event like this that I need to actually step away and just take a breath, take a moment to consider what I've been a part of. All that's left is for you to head down to the V&A and experience this for yourself. Get inside, try something on, and who knows, your next investment piece.
Very, very proud, excited. Round of applause for the team at Trenery. Congratulations on the brand new family member. I think the embodiment of timeless simplicity and sophistication. As I said, Trenery is one of South Africa's most beloved premium stores, and I now understand why. With its blend of natural beauty, environmentally conscious designs, it's going to continue to stand the test of time. And today, Country Road Group's country manager, Kay Raidu, trading manager, Zulfa Brewer, and head of marketing, Connie Swartboy, are here to take us through the luxury brand's approach and vision for the upcoming season. It's the long game. I now understand fashion in a way that I never did. I feel sorry for all of my stylists having to deal with me up until this point. So thank you for starting my fashion journey properly. I get it. Kay, congrats.
Thank you.
It was such a moment, and I felt it on the day. When you walk into that store, it's just astounding. So we have to start with that. Why is this so significant for South Africa?
Thanks for having us this morning. I think it's a really proud moment for South Africa because we've showcased and we've shown that South Africa can play on the global retail stage. And our investment into the stores has earned us the reputation of the global flagship for Trenery.
Yes, man.
And that makes us incredibly excited. And we wanted to pull out all of the stops to make sure that our customer experience is just something that leaves with a lasting memory forever.
Well, you're just going to have to keep going back because once you joked about saying you just want to sleep in that store, but you really do. I've made adjustments to my home space after being into that store and certainly to my wardrobe. Just remarkable. What I've loved about that moment for me was trying to understand the difference of what the South African market represents as opposed to the amazing Australian market where this brand was born. And us kind of having these penny drop moments of realizing just how much it matters to South Africans to look the part, to feel the part, what we will spend our hard-earned randellas on when we want to become that person. And this is that brand for me, which is, I'm getting goosebumps again. How do you see this fitting into the South African ecosystem, and what have you got planned for this brave new season in this incredible journey?
So we've been on a 15-year journey. Trenery first entered our shores 15 years ago, and ever since then, the customer response to it and how our customers have absolutely fallen in love with the brand has made us realize that we've got to really invest in the brand. I think this is a real pivotal moment for South Africa because the success of this store has shown us that we just want to take this across the entire country, invest in more and make more stores look as beautiful as this store. What we were also able to do, just to give it a South African flavor, we were able to collaborate with local artists, with local furniture designers. I think at Trenery we're quite emphatic about the fact that it's not just a shopping experience, it's a sensorial experience and something just to make you enjoy your experience. And when you visit the store, you'll see beautiful works of art from local designers that our teams have been able to collaborate with, just to bring the very best of Trenery to all of our South African consumers. I'm incredibly delighted about the future. I can't wait. There's just so much more to come for this brand.
You're excited. You're terrified now because everything that she speaks about, Connie, you're like, okay, no, we got this. We can deliver. But this has been, I don't want to say a rebirth because it hasn't lost the core, the quality, the exceptional quality, and you feel it when you put the clothing on. I get that. But there is a newness, a freshness. What is that principle? What's at the heart of the Trenery brand?
Thank you for that question, Graham. Good morning. And I think it's such a relevant question at this point in the journey of the brand and being able to renew its brand purpose. And the brand purpose of that brand has been so anchored in its guiding principles. And those guiding principles are really on simplicity, right? Timeless styles and completely unwavering quality. I mean, our quality in fabrication is unmatched. And I think for us, based on those guiding principles, we've actually been able to, refine, what it means to invest in our customers, what it means to invest in our stores, and also, basically what it means to invest in our teams. And I think it's super important being able to land elevated customer experience, really being able to bring luxury to life.
Because your customers deserve it. They deserve it. They work hard. We work hard for our money, and we want to feel it. And you give us that. Zilpha, I'm gonna ask you to maybe give us a perspective on how you build your looks for each season by taking us through a couple of your favorites or standouts, because you're just excited about everything. So I know this is going to be difficult for you, but maybe you can take us behind how you've prepared for this season specifically.
Yeah, look, I think before we head into really talking about the season and what's to come, which is very exciting, I think a 14-year journey with the brand, and I think the one thing the brand has always really stood for is luxury. And I think what's very important for us through that journey was our customer and store feedback. We've got exceptionally really talented individuals who has brought the brand to where it is today. So I think it's really important to mention that. But on the journey, yeah, absolutely. Without our store teams and our support teams and our customer, more importantly, the brand would have not been where it is today. So I think it's very important to kind of acknowledge that. And then I think on the journey of luxury, our teams are very inspired by art and culture, and anything that is just fine from a luxury perspective, whether it's art. So a lot of that is inspired into the range. And from a luxury perspective, Trenery is all about building that staple items in your wardrobe. It's something that, it's items that you can have from one season into the next. Absolutely. And what's elevated about the brand is that nuances and that distinct detail and investment in fabrication that makes Trenery the brand to call luxury and bringing luxury to life. And so there are two models here today that I want to talk through some of our current ranges. But before we do that, what we are actually wearing is some of the top fashion pieces at the moment. So Kay's got on the boxy cord jacket, which is really easy to wear, really relaxed, but also quite breathable as well. So we'll keep you warm, but also quite breathable so that you're not overwhelmed. And then just the roll neck that she's got on as well. And like we were talking about the detail, you will see that on all of our knits, we try and innovate and just elevate the look and feel. So you can see there's that little detail on there. And denim is quite a big comeback within the range as well. So really different fits and silhouettes. And our customers love our boyfriend jeans, but that's now reimagined in cord as well. And then I've got on a lot of our fashion print that's come through this season. Again, quite subtle, but again, something that you can keep in your wardrobe from one season to the next. And what Trenery loves to do is a lot of neutrals to wear back in your wardrobe. So Connie's got on a lovely camel suit, really soft accessories to pair back with. And again, just a little bit of that innovation and kind of nuances that comes into the range, where you can see you can actually wear the scarf on both ends as well, because the branding is actually on both. So again, talking to that versatility of the brand and how you can actually just wear this with multiple.
Let's see it lived on our gorgeous models right now, and they are absolutely gorgeous. Take a step in.
So
wow.
She looks absolutely beautiful. This is one of our fashion pieces from a dress perspective. It's a modal fabrication, yet really beautifully on the model. And then we've got our very famous long line trench in the biscuit. And what's nice about this is that you can wear it in winter, you can wear it in summer. And again, talking to the versatility of that product. So she's looking really beautiful. You can give us a bit of a spin over there. You can see the detail in front. And again, these kind of silhouettes lives in your wardrobe from one season into the next. You can go from desk to dinner, which makes that equally as beautiful as well.
You can live your best life. And let's bring in, I think, the most gorgeous model that we've ever seen on the set.
Stunning, isn't she?
Thank you, my dear.
And then we haven't forgotten about him. So he's looking really good.
Thank you.
So our very famous bestseller cord shirt, really breathable as well, but will still keep you quite warm in winter. And then we've got our really nice tonal. So this is a nice tonal look for winter, but also you can do a trans-seasonal if you want to change the shirt on the inside. This is quite a luxury jacket. The fabrication is quite crafted in Italy, so we're really proud about this piece. And then our denim denim as well. You've got to have a good denim. Everyone's got to have a denim, or you've got to have a chino. We've got 20% off in stores now, so if you want to rush and get that last-minute Father's Day items, please do. And this is a black wash denim, and again, so versatile, and just so easy to curate. But again, a staple piece where the details really make the difference.
Oh, buddy, absolutely beautiful. A little showstopper from our showstopper. Ladies, thank you so much. I think what blew my mind more than anything else was the level of emotional investment. And I know I'm quite an excitable guy, and I buy into these things, but that was the most authentic fashion experience I've ever had in my 20 years of pretending. So well done. Thank you so much. And that's on behalf of the South African market that gets to experience this fresh and elevated luxury that Trenery offers at their newly revamped show-stopping store, located, of course, at the V&A waterfront. Go and check it out for yourself. On behalf of the dads, please do it soon.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're tuned into your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso right here on S3. Let's quickly take a last look at your major news stories going into your Thursday, 4 minutes past 8 o'clock. Starting off with your national news, the Independent Electoral Commission will officially hand over the list of members of Parliament and provincial legislatures to Chief Justice Raymond Zondo today. Now, this follows Sunday's announcement of the final election results, and this ceremonial handover will take place in preparation for the first sitting of the National Assembly. Now, this is set to take place 14 days after the declaration of the results. Zondo is the only authority that can determine and gazette the date for the sitting. And the ANC has suggested forming a government of national unity after losing its parliamentary majority in the last week's elections. It says it has reached out to all parties and negotiations are underway. ANC spokesperson Mahlengi Bengu Motsiri says the results indicate that South Africans wish all parties to work together. Meanwhile, South African Reserve Bank Governor Lesetja Kganyago has warned of the impact of an unstable coalition government at national level. He emphasized that if coalition policies were not stable, South Africa was likely to lose investors. Over to international news headlines. 22 Chinese nationals have pleaded guilty to committing cyber-related crimes in Zambia. They are among 77 suspects who were arrested in April in connection to what authorities described as a sophisticated internet fraud syndicate. The swoop on a Chinese-run company in the capital Lusaka followed an alarming rise in internet fraud cases in the country, targeting people in several countries. The Chinese nationals are set to be sentenced tomorrow. People in countries including Singapore, Peru, the United Arab Emirates and others across Africa were also targeted in the online scam. And Israel says it has launched a new military offensive against Hamas in central Gaza with ground troops backed by airstrikes. The medical charity Doctors Without Borders says at least 70 bodies and some 300 wounded people have been brought to hospital in the town of Deir al-Balah since yesterday. Most of them were women and children. A spokesperson for the organization, Karen Huster, says the casualty department was crowded with hundreds of people waiting to receive medical treatment. And we'll end off with this note closer to South Africa once again, and that is that South Africa has made a top 10 global list once again, and this time by entering the top 10 global honeymoon destinations, securing the 6th spot on the Big 7 Travel's coveted list. Now, with an audience of 1.5 million, Big 7 Travel raves about South Africa's enchanting vineyards, thrilling safaris and breathtaking romantic settings. Now, of course, we all know it, but the country goes above and beyond to pamper newlyweds with adult-only hotels and bespoke honeymoon packages. I mean, you can indeed picture yourself spotting the Big 5 in the Kruger National Park. I mean, that is romantic in itself. Or even savouring crisp wine on Cape Town's scenic waterfront. Every single moment is designed for romance. So if you are a soon-to-be newlywed, you have to look no further than our beautiful country when deciding where to spend your first days as newlyweds. Definitely a destination to keep in mind because we live it every single day. That's your news headlines for the 8 o'clock bulletin, and that's where we also leave it for this Thursday. Right now, let's take one more quick look at your traffic.
Well, thank you, Ewan. Let's have a look for the last time this morning at your roads out in Durban in KwaZulu-Natal. As reported in our previous bulletin, there is heavy congestion still being experienced north of the N2 as a result of a cash-in-transit heist. Avoid the area affected and plan your route accordingly. Now, out in Sandton in Johannesburg, there has been a multi-vehicle accident on the N1 southbound after Allendale Road. The left shoulder is closed, so remember to drive carefully. In Somerset West in Cape Town, there is heavy congestion on the N2 outbound towards Victoria Interchange. Delays are, of course, expected, so do allow for added travel time to your journey. Now let's have that final look at your weather for this morning. The SA Weather Service has issued several warnings for today. An orange level 5 warning for storm surge expected along the coast between Plettenberg Bay and Buffalo City, causing flooding in low-lying coastal regions, disruption to small harbours and damage to beaches as well as estuaries. A yellow level 2 warning for disruptive rain is in effect for the southwestern parts of the Western Cape, resulting in localised flooding, slippery roads and reduced visibility. Another level 2 yellow warning for damaging winds and waves affecting small vessels expected between Plettenberg Bay and East London. Now, extremely high fire danger conditions are anticipated in Limpopo, the Eastern Free State, Northwest and Southern Gauteng. And finally, very cold, wet and windy conditions are expected in the Namakwa district in the Northern Cape and the Witzenberg municipality in the Western Cape. Now, going from rainy weather to your sunrise view this hour, and our final one of today. This one was sent from Kimberly by Cherie. Cherie Amor, we do love this one. Absolutely love how the sun has officially risen on your side of the world, peeking through those beautiful leaves. The artistic direction is just so beautiful, Cherie. Thanks for getting in touch with that. And if you too would like to continue sharing your morning views, we are welcoming it. We're accepting it. Do go ahead and send it through to 063 408 8863. For now, let's take a look at that final temperature for today.
I love the kind of sport you can play without getting injured, okay? So you can lace up your figurative disc boots and play Sports Stake 8, fixture list 735. Why? Because there is an estimated 545,000 rand up for grabs today. And you got to play now if you want to stand a chance to be in your game.
Yeah, man, you got to get on it right now. You can play Sports Stake 8 in store on the nationallottery.co.za website or mobile app. So make sure to play now and stand a chance to earn those bragging rights to the title of hashtag #BeInja. Yeah, game. And of course, some cash with it if you want.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, bragging rights is cool, but half
the
$1
cash,
million
yeah.
bucks, I will take that as well. I'm speaking like a dad now. My dad humor is starting to come in. Why? Because Father's Day is just around the corner and we love them gifts. We want to receive something other than just the stock standard Father's Day gifts, okay?
Yeah, the socks and the cup and
Yeah,
whatnot.
and nothing wrong with like a nice pair of
Nothing.
socks, okay? That's lekker, but we can push the boat out. And in fact, we're going to do that in just a moment with some great Father's Day gifting ideas.
Yeah, some great ideas heading your way. And we're also going to be jumping back into the kitchen. We're going to be cooking up a storm with avos.
Oh, great.
Talking about avos, yeah. And if you add an avo to your meal, you could also win big. So stick around for that. A nice little competition heading your way for eating healthy. We'll see you now.
Get ready to break the rules and redefine design with the freshest new interior makeover show in South Africa, My Design Rules. We're looking for 4 up-and-coming design duos, and whether it's friends, family, or siblings, as long as you have an eye for beautiful spaces, we want you. Picture this: 4 talented teams, 4 fixer-uppers, located right in the heart of Cape Town's Atlantic seaboard. If you're ready to revamp one of these apartments, then you can win big. The judge's choice will walk away with a shared 300,000 Rand, or your duo could nab a shared 100,000 Rand for impressing the viewers. Enter on WhatsApp on 073 595 6420 or on Cordova.tv, or hit up our My Design Rules TV socials for details. That's My Design Rules, where every moment is a masterpiece.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
That's right. Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is the season for celebrating, and we're going to continue feeling even better for the special men in our lives. And for the years of wise words, I know my dad has got many of those. Guidance that comes in abundance, and also the unforgettable moments. Without our dads and also our father figures, life would simply not be the same. And of course, today joining us, we've got familiar faces. The Lovebirds are in studio. Blogger and stylist Megan Pedro, as well as Chef Clem, are here to share their gifting guide to help us find the perfect present for the most deserving man. I mean, I know you will say he's the most deserving man.
Of course he is.
But we all have those in our lives. So let's get into this today. Clem and Meg, we obviously are going to give back to our fathers and father figures in our lives who have given us quite a lot over the years, right? Where do we even begin?
You take the floor, my love. You go first.
Gifting is such a love language, and I think that it's such a wonderful time to just show someone appreciation. So we've got a myriad of gifts here for you. Something in all kinds of categories. So we're going to jump around a little bit.
Oh, I love that.
But let's go in for fashion first. I
love
feel like fashion is a great way to start. Okay, so behind you, let's start with that. We've got the beautiful Cool Dad twinning sets. Okay, how cute. These are absolutely wonderful. And again, in all the different, you know, size ranges, which is perfect.
It makes me miss Carl Wasty looking at the one at the end.
I know, actually,
I just love that man so much.
Again, there's something for everyone, right?
Yes.
So as we move into that, let's not do the soap on a rope this year, okay? We really are going to go into, you know, fashion staples. And again, I think that slippers are great because, again, that's something that you replace every single year.
Yes, it's a practical gift. You use it every single day.
100%.
Yeah.
We have the most gorgeous. This is...
This print?
It's a soft foam, which means it molds completely to your foot. I mean, actually feel the inside. You can see the sole of it.
Goodness.
It is absolutely wonderful. And again, the print is just so nostalgic and I absolutely love it. So we're playing on that. Bring in kind of, you know, the beautiful scarves. I think that scarves are a must-have. Again, this is the color block with tassels. So it gives that extra little bit of detail around, you know, a coat or something. And then we've got your faux range. So your faux leather is your belt and your bifold wallet. Your bifold wallet is great. You do not need to be opening all different types
Velcro this time.
Looking at me because I still have the with the pop thing.
Yeah.
Half the stuff's in my bags.
That's the truth.
See, that's the thing.
As it should be. Come on.
So then that, you know, that kind of covers your fashion as long as, you know, we need some briefs. We need some boxer briefs, 100% cotton.
I don't believe my dad has ever bought himself his own briefs. That's my mom's duty every single year.
100%. So this is a great time to kind of upgrade what, you know, is existing. And then, of course, socks. Prints are such a great thing because, you know, we often wear really nice blacks and, you know, that kind of colors, but then you've got that pop of socks. It always is like a conversation piece that I really love. So that's kind of the fashion. But we move into the beauty. Man, we're not letting you down with beauty. Again, no soap on a rope this year. We're not doing that.
Oh, no 10 and 11 shampoos.
Oh, no.
What are 10 and 1?
10 in 1 and does your taxes shampoo.
Come on.
No, thanks.
Sounds kind of handy.
Exactly that. So this W Beauty range is exquisite, okay? Again, I think that men, when they get out of the shower, maybe don't dry properly necessarily. It's go. It's out the door. It's out the door. And this, specifically the technology is that it actually helps when your body is a little bit wetter.
Okay.
Yes.
I hear you. I hear
So it is
you.
a hydrating lotion and it's fast absorbing. So it's on your body and out you go. We've got a range of colognes and perfumes. So the difference between the two is that perfumes or parfums have a higher concentration of fragrance oils. So they are a little bit heavier in scents, which is our Lagos range. So you get it in the 100 ml, the 30 ml, which is great. Again, into your bag, into your wife's bag, and off you go. And then the colognes are lighter. So we've got beautiful range of that as well.
Beautiful. We've covered so many bases already, but I'm looking at the food because, like I mentioned to Clem yesterday, my pops, he loves some chocolate, he loves some snacking. So what do we have over at this part?
So we're bringing the besties forward again because they are just that amazing.
Yeah.
The besties are in front of you. In front of that are the salted caramel truffles.
That's your fave.
Why is it like I'm being so good this week when this is in my eyeline the whole week? It is really
It's actually an empty box. You
Is
don't
it?
know that.
We'll find out. So the snacks are absolutely amazing, and then we've got the biltong, of course.
Yes.
And it's not the biltong is not just for snacks. I feel like as a South African, we should all just be walking around with biltong in our pockets at all times. So the biltong and drivers there, absolutely. Moving on to the gifts that give back.
Oh, I love that.
We've got the Weber recipe book, and I mean, let's talk about the fact that gifting someone a recipe book is a great way to know you're going to be part of something really amazing in the future. Recipe books are absolutely amazing. Ral and I were obsessed with the bar station or the drink station yesterday.
With your apple juice inside.
There, you know, we had to bring, it was iced tea. We had to bring the glassware back to, because it is just so stunning. We got the beautiful glass pressed ice bucket. It is just stunning. Put lemons in it and just have it stand in it. It just looks so stunning. That with the beautiful decanter, the double seller glasses, again, specific to grape variety. That is amazing. The glassware set, absolutely amazing. Then, this is new, because even I was like, wait, so sorry, babe, I'm gonna move the socks for a second.
Get rid of the socks.
Excuse me, so this is really great. So plancha style or flat top style cooking, you can now do at home. This is so amazing. On the braai or on the gas stove. I'm pretty sure you can even get creative with it as well, or in the oven.
So that's not a platter you put on the table?
No, you can actually cook on this. So work with me, South Africa, work with me. You put this into the oven, screaming hot, 220 degrees. You pull it out, you put some prawns on it that have been dressed in olive oil, garlic, and lemon. You listen to those prawns sizzle. Someone makes those noises. Right? And then you take it out, you put this on in front of your family. Boom, you're winning. You're winning. This is absolutely amazing. Again, we're talking about gifts that keep on giving. This will last a lifetime. Go for it. And of course, we can't talk Dad and without talking about braai.
Of course.
The Woolies braai kit has everything you need. Don't get caught lacking without the right set of tongs. No forks, no fingertips burning. Woolies have come through with everything you need for this Father's Day.
I mean, it is kind of a rite of passage to lose every single fingerprint.
I don't
but
even
that's
have
all right.
fingerprints anymore.
You don't even have it anymore,
No.
Clem. I'm hoping that prawn recipe is in this Weber book because, wow, the Braai Bible definitely will get us going. I might just, you know,
You can have it. Why not?
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll take this one, but remember, you can go ahead and spoil your dads and father figures with the ultimate gifts from Woolworths. It is, of course, in store online and also on the app. And of course, you heard from our lovely Megan and Clem today. Everything that we have on this table, but listen, there's something for you. You stand a chance to win a 1,000 Rand Woolies gift card. Simply reply to the competition post on our Expresso social media pages and tell us, what is the ultimate Father's Day spoil? There's so many. Just pick one and let us know. Remember to use that hashtag Woolies Father's Day. Now, the competition does close at midnight, Sunday, 9 June. T's and C's, of course, can be found on expressoshow.com. Can't wait to gift my dad so many good things, and I might just wrap up something for you. Favorites, I'm going to leave the socks, but for me, it's got to be the book.
Okay, I don't have a I don't know. I don't know what my favorite is.
How about you, Megan? Which one are you thinking?
I mean, you know, in the homeware space, I always think that it's great to upgrade the home.
And that's the gift, again, that keeps on giving. It's great all year round. I can come over, have a glass of wine with you.
100%.
Of iced tea?
Absolutely. Iced tea, iced tea. Iced tea. Delicious.
All right, class is in session. Okay, no, I can't. I would never be a teacher. I don't think I could do it. But
Such a smile and no.
I know, man. And suddenly the class is just, I've lost control. I know we're going to have a little fun. And this really might interest you as we take a deep dive into Turkey's incredible history. I love ancient history. I know we've got our modern history that we study at school, but I love it when we get into the antiquities, when we get into classical culture, and this place is a hotbed for so much of our kind of culture's history, all of us.
Oh, let me tell you, I mean, I was fortunate enough to spend or live in Turkey, or as we know, Turkey, for a little while, and it's an incredible city, dude.
It kind of stands alone, yeah?
Yeah, but I mean, of course, the official way of saying it is Turkey, we know that. It is home to 19 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. And these include, we're going to run you through some of them. One of the oldest known human settlements, the Göbekli Tepe, dates back to around 9,600 BC. It is considered one of the world's oldest temples, predating Stonehenge and the pyramids of Giza.
Sure, put that into perspective. 10,000 years ago. I know, we seem to be learning so much more about ourselves by looking far back, but this feels very far back. And there are so many cool stories interwoven. So we've got the city of Ephesus, home to the Temple of Artemis, and the ancient city of Troy, famous for being, of course, attacked during the Trojan War, and then setting the scene for Homer's epic poem, the Iliad.
Yeah, man.
I mean, you can go and stand on that soil. You can go and be there and live through that.
The thing is, with places like this, when you are standing there, there's undeniably an energy
you feel it,
that you can feel. I mean, this is why I think people would want to flock and travel to these places. And once you've experienced it once, I mean, you can understand why you want to go back and back and back all the time, because it is an unbelievable, indescribable almost experience. Now, of course, the ancient city of Aphrodisias, dedicated to the Greek god Aphrodite, known for its well-preserved stadium, theatre and marble quarries. I mean, that is also definitely something, if you are going to be traveling there, and we'll tell you why we're talking about this in just a second, but definitely on your list of go-see things, musts.
And looking at the amount of bucket list places, you're going to have a list and stick to it. Then we've got this mountain in the southeastern Turkey area featuring the tomb sanctuary of King Antiochus I of Kamangene. I'm probably saying that completely wrong, but a colossal statue, monumental stone heads, absolutely exquisite to take in. If you're looking for the photos for the gram, I think Turkey has got you covered. Every angle you look, there's about 10,000 years worth of history, but look at that setting, my goodness.
So we are here to entice you just a little bit. And although, I mean, look at the history that we've just speaking about. We're talking about thousands and thousands of years back. Turkey is a relatively young nation, being formally established only in 1923.
Wow.
The region itself has been a crossroad of various ancient civilizations, each contributing to a rich historical tapestry of the area. Now, of course, you could see it all for yourself, and we suggest you do when you have a moment or planning your next overseas trip by simply booking your trip at turkishairlines.com. You might walk away with a good steal there and, of course, be enriched historically.
We connect more countries than any other airline. Turkish Airlines.
Oh, Turkey just keeps getting better and better. How exciting. But listen, I've got some more exciting news for you. The gorgeous Nkosi is still with us, and we can't wait to hear some more from her in terms of her performance. That's coming up after the break. We also, of course, have some avocado news. Now, if you're anything like me and love avocado and literally everything, stick around because you can win big with avocado.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Well, it is all smiles because we are in the kitchen, baby. And whether it's a midweek meal at home or a takeout Friday or a sit down at a restaurant, listen, adding an Avo to any meal is a real treat. Not only is it nutritional, it also is just delicious. And as of today, simply adding an Avo to your meal can help you win a share of 80,000 Rand. Sheesh.
Yeah, man, if you want to find out more, well, stick around for the next minute or so as we show you how we elevate our favorite meals by simply adding an Avo.
Really, really simple stuff. So who's going to start with the pizza? Because this is quite a diverse...
yeah.
I like Avo on pizza only with bacon.
But here's the question, before it goes in
good
the
combination.
oven?
No, it must be fresh.
Oh, no,
I
warm
don't think you cook Avo ever. I don't know.
Avo
You can
must
deep fry
be-
Avo.
You can deep fry an
You
Avo?
crumb it and deep fry it.
No, I don't know about
I
that.
have never done that, but I think you could. I think you could. No, on a pizza, my thing is it must be fresh, yeah?
I hear you. Okay, well, I love a pizza. I think that carbs definitely get such a bad rap, but pizza is so good for you. Okay, it's so good for you. And we are going to add some avocado to this. It's cut up so beautifully. I'm not shy when it comes to the avo. I think how I calculated, if you cut pizza into 8 slices, every slice gets like a nice little piece of avo,
you
right?
need to have a bite of Avo with every slice.
With every piece, yes.
It sounds like you're going to take me back to the pepperoni wars of 2023, where me and my son realized that there weren't as many pepperoni pieces as there were slices on the pizza, and it just, we've never been able to come back, man. It's
Pepperoni is also a great addition to a pizza. It adds that meatiness. I've got a veggie one today, but oof, I love some bacon.
But I love the Avo with any kind of fatty meat is quite nice. It kind of cuts through that, adds a bit more freshness, and obviously the mouthfeel is great. So I think
Love
as
a
a topping on a pizza, it can actually be a lot more creative than you think. I really...
Yeah.
You've won me over. You've
It
won me
also
over.
adds some color. We've got the basil leaves going, but we also have some. So yesterday, everyone made fun of me for saying jalapeno, but I've also heard people say avocado.
Avocado,
So
what's wrong with
I've got my
jalapenos?
avocados here.
You could
but
put
yeah,
some
I don't have
jalapenos. You could put some jalapenos on there.
I'm not even going to weigh in. So, I mean, that's great. That's great. But let me tell you what I would do. I mean, burger nights, they're always a hit with my friends and even with my family. Now, whether we have a build-your-own burger night at a house or when you feel like treating yourself for a night out at a restaurant, I always like to add smashed avo with not only adds flavor but also freshness that cuts through that layers of the burger. And let me tell you, a burger and I, we are good friends. We are really good friends.
That one looks
It's like you were flirting with that burger before we welcomed it over. Yeah, I started to feel a bit awkward here.
So I did say smashed avo.
Oh, you want to smash it? What can you smash?
Well, I'll smash it.
I'll get you a fork.
You're going to get me a fork. But I mean, it's no secret. Whenever I travel for work and I'm sitting in a hotel somewhere or whatever, a burger is my go-to option.
Yeah,
okay, because it's such a good cheap meal. Thank you very much. So I'm just going to use this little part here.
Yeah, and we add salt and pepper to our avo too, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, delicious.
I like a bit of vinegar, like a half an avo with vinegar, salt, and lots of black pepper.
Vinegar, I've never
absolutely.
tried this.
Oh, girl.
Ooh.
Oh, girl. You've got to do it. It's like a little
convinced me.
mini meal in itself, and you know you're getting so many of the good fats, but the flavour, that kind of combination of the creaminess and the mouthfeel of the avo with the
vinegar
sharpness
adds
of the
that,
vinegar,
yes.
next level.
That's
Get
it.
some of that brown vinegar that they give at the fish shop, you know, that kind of vibe. Just do yourself a favour.
Ewan, don't hold back. Is that all you have?
Look, we are on time, okay? But I just want to finish it before we run out of time. Oh, man. Now, that is breakfast, lunch, dinner, desserts.
Snacks in between.
Snacks in between.
Yum.
That's it.
An entree. I'm doing slightly more chunky chopped up pieces here. Why? Because we love a pasta salad. I love the fact that it feels like you're having a dinner for lunch, but it's got fortified. It's got a little bit of like oomph in it if you need a bit extra, and it's great if you've got any leftover pasta, and we don't like to waste anything. So we're just going to bolster it up with some beautiful avo, and I think it works wonderfully. You want the fresh components in a pasta salad, kind of those little pockets of joy in between the pasta. I think this works beautifully in that sense. And the joy of this is you just kind of mix it all together. We're gonna just mix it through.
Ooh.
And then Ewan, you can
See
give
now?
it a spoon.
You see now?
Keep it rustic, keep it beautiful,
I love
keep
some
it delicious.
rustic,
Sorry,
yeah.
hey, you try to.
No.
He was going to the other side, to the burger side. There we go. Well done. And that is a super healthy additive as well. It packs a nutritional punch second to none. Oh, shame, this poor little avo. Just
It's you, and he didn't use the full thing.
Put it on a cracker, get some vinegar, and just chow it just like that. So Ewan did mention the opportunity to win your share of 80,000 Rand. Okay, I know you've been waiting for this. Simply add an avo to your restaurant, takeaway or homemade meal, whether that's breakfast, lunch or supper, then take a picture of that meal and post it as a reply to the competent post on the @ILoveAvocado SA Facebook page. That's not ours, it's I Love Avocado SA.
That's it. And then remember to include that all-important hashtag so we can find that entry. Hashtag Avo, Dine SA, hashtag add an Avo. It is as easy as that. It really is. And remember that the more meals you add an Avo to, the more chances you have of winning.
Oh, I love that. Well, listen, the competition does, of course, close real soon. It is Sunday the 10th, or at least Sunday the 16th of June. That's Father's Day at 10 p.m. T's and C's can be found on avocado.co.za. Super easy to remember that. Absolutely love it. We're going to indulge in not only this, but also some music awaits us. Osi is standing by. I can't wait for her to perform such a beautiful song. We've not had enough of her. Osi, take it away.
If that made you hungry, don't worry. I'm here to feed you some good music. So this next song, it's called Untinga. And for those of you that have been following my journey, you know that this is the song of all songs. So I want you to sit back and relax and enjoy. And since we are on Father's Day highs, I'd like to wish my father a happy belated birthday.
Uzuthi qhucwa kustulele bazokozelela qabe imbolo zifihle faka iholo zekhusele uzuthi qhucwa kustulele bazokozelela Ontinga uzunganqamu bayobise uzunganqolu basebeze ngenye imini mntakayise uzawuphumelela uzunganqamu bayobise uzunganqolu basebeze ngenye imini mntakayise uzawuphumelela Ontinga uzudwontinga ubaxolele kaloku bakubophelele uzungajika ube sisikhwenene uzubathandazele uzudwontinga ubaxolele kaloku bakubophelele uzungajika ube sisikhwenene uzubathandazele Ontinga hake ayo hake ba 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 ba.
come now. Corsi performing for us live. I mean, this we are so privileged to have a front row seat to some incredible performances. But I hope you enjoyed that as well. She's not done. We will have another performance heading your way in just a little bit. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're also going to see some incredible movement from our own very Carissa here. Hey? What did you get up to?
Well, I went to a bar class at the Movement Lab, and it was very testing this week. I've done CrossFit and now also a bar class. I'm telling you, the exercise is here, and I'm a new woman.
Hey, okay, well, we'll see that new woman come to fruition on screen after the break. Stick around.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Just savouring every second of this morning. So thank you so much for playing your part and joining us for the ride. But we put this to you when we started our little journey today. If you could hit rewind on those school days, which musical instrument would you love to master?
Oh, that's a tough one. We've asked you to go ahead and share your thoughts via voice note on our line. And we've got the first one coming through. If I'm not mistaken, Erica, you there?
Good morning, Expresso show.
Good morning.
Wow, I love to play the alto recorder and the soprano recorder. And what it was so ironic is that I couldn't read any notes I was playing out of my head. And the teachers couldn't understand how do I get it right. Every music thing, item that it was, I was just listening to all the others and then I would just play afterwards. That I was a legend in that.
Wow.
I like the ironic laugh.
I didn't know recorder had alto, soprano. That's wonderful.
But it's called you have a musical ear.
Yes, exactly. What some of us are not blessed with this morning.
We have another one, Jocelyn.
A very good morning to my beautiful Expresso family on the School 20 Thursday. The one musical instrument I would love to master is the violin. I just love the violin. Thank you, Justin Avocado. Bye.
Oh, there's a challenging one, I suppose.
What an instrument.
Like go back to when you were 3 years old and then start learning from there. And then, of course, my absolute favourite, Nirmala, I love you. Let's hear from you this morning.
Good morning to the awesome spiritedness of Feel Good Expresso team, Mrs. Nirmala Devi Murli of Gauteng. You know, I up to this day can reminisce so beautifully playing the recorder at school, and I still remember some of the notes and tunes we had rehearsed then. But if you ask me today, what would I like to play, what instrument, I would go for the drums or the tablas. And it's something in me that just loved the beats of these instruments. So who knows? Fingers can be on it. Have a blessed day.
She's a rock star. I've been maintaining she is a rock star, and she has just proven it. Nirmala is a rock star.
Come on.
I love that.
I never thought about the drums. That's a great instrument.
I tried once, bless her. My mom sent me to like a musical aptitude school, and eventually, after testing every instrument, they were like, maybe you want to try percussion. And it was awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see what y'all are saying on our social media streets. We've had a couple of comments coming through here this morning. And it does beg the question what I think a lot of us kind of can't go back in time. But let's hear from Shireen.
Shireen says, good morning, my Expresso family. Good morning to you as well. Happy Thursday. Welcome back. Oh, thank you very much. Look at that. The guitar. My belated uncle used to play it. I always loved to impersonate him and play his guitar, and imagined I was as good as him. I loved watching him practice on the guitar. I mean, come on. That is a beautiful story. Thank you very much, Shireen. Thank you very much for your comment. Really appreciate it.
That's the thing about music. It binds us. It connects us.
Yeah, the
doesn't it?
guitar.
Oh, Charmaine Kruger got in touch. Good morning, my Expresso team. Definitely the piano, been playing it at the church. Many people actually got started with their musical journeys within the church, right?
Well, I think the musical industry owes religion that, because so many of the famous artists that we've had here started in church.
Beautiful
and we
stuff.
love that, man. Well, you can keep them coming. Let us know. I still maintain the harmonica is the coolest thing to know, just to be able to whip out. And you can carry it around with you wherever you go.
You can.
Just hang on a minute. I'll just sort you out.
When you have a couple of minutes to kill.
Well, maybe that's what you need to get your day going. And at Expresso, we're all about your mornings, our mornings, all of our mornings starting in the right way.
Sure. And if you're looking for new ways to expand on your wellness journey, then I had a bit of a moment that I shared earlier, my own nourishment moment. It's going to be guaranteed to give you the inspiration you need. You got to check out what I did, guys.
Let's move.
Honestly, it's impressive.
Let's move.
I'm
Really?
saying.
Okay, now I'm interested.
Now, I love getting my morning started with a little bit of movement, and offer me a dance class, I'll always say sign me right up. I just know it's going to keep me energized and ready to tackle the day. And pair that with a nourishing meal, and I definitely know I will be sustained throughout. Much like what I'm making today, the Farmer Brown's chicken, tzatziki, and avocado salad. First of all, you need your cucumber. It's nice and shredded, ready to use. Pair that with the plain yogurt. And of course, we need some flavor. So we've got some garlic and salt and pepper that we add all together. And now we're moving on to my favorite part, the dill. I'm going to chop it up and add it to enhance the flavor of the tzatziki. And then we top it all off with a little bit of lemon juice for acidity and olive oil. And that's it. My tzatziki is done, which will form the dressing for my delicious salad. And it complements the olives, feta, tomato, avocado, and red onion really well. Looking crispy and delicious. It is our Farmer Brown chicken, whole grain coated strips. We just need a little bit of love with the tzatziki. Well, my nourishment is sorted, which means my dance class is going to be so good. Now, if you're anything like me, you like to stick to the same workout routine, but if we're being honest, it can get monotonous, right? Which is why I'm so excited to bring you along with me to step outside of my comfort zone and into a high energy bar class. Now, this exercise not only combines dance, which is so much fun, but also incorporates things like props, as well as balance and strength training so that you get that full body workout. This for you. It's only right that I share the goodness of Farmer Brown with my lovely instructor today, so she too can nourish herself when at home. So excited, thank you. So I've really been in my running girl era because I want to do a 21K this year. So breaking away from routine was really lovely, and this really stretched not only my imagination, but also muscles that I didn't know that I had.
live by this principle that magic happens outside of your comfort zone. So I would 10 out of 10 recommend Bar Class. From those who are just starting out their workouts to those who are even in the advanced space, don't be scared, just do it. And if you are scared, show up anyway. When it comes to maintaining my lifestyle, I like to look at it holistically. So not just moving my body, but pairing that up with also eating nourishing food. That's really the way to go. Oh, I'm feeling refreshed and re-energized, albeit just a little bit sweaty. And now feels like the perfect opportunity to enjoy a good meal that's gonna nourish me. So let's dig right into our Farmer Brown chicken, avo, and tzatziki salad. Eating the chicken salad is such a welcome reward after such a tough class. And the bites of olive with a little bit of tomato and of course the crumb chicken is absolutely delicious. Kind of unexpected when tasting a little bit of the olive in a bite, a bit of the tomato bringing some acidity, and then of course you have the creamy dressing which adds that cherry on top. Starting your day with a dance class will make sure that you get that burst of energy to last you throughout the day. Now pair that with a nourishing meal and you'll be set up for success. I hope that today has inspired you to make nourishing lifestyle choices with Farmer Brown.
I love it. You're like, and the tzatziki was delicious.
It was
We all like our
so
mouths are watering. I'm just listening to the sound of that elastic band smacking me on the head as I try to pull the. That is
You've got to pull your
girl.
leg all the way
And
back.
you were actually more stable than the instructors there for moments, eh? Which is quite special.
Yeah.
Well
Don't let
done.
them hear that.
Yeah, no, exactly. You can never go back. No, that was brilliant. Well
Oh,
done,
thank you,
man.
thank you.
Love
Where's
that.
my applause, Ewan? Come on. Thank you.
It was great. It was great. No, but listen, we were so enthralled about, I mean, it's a great workout. And
Yeah.
like you said, you know, to really bank your training, you need to have a good fuel afterwards. And right now, it is time to win big this week with Farmer Brown's Nourish range. And you stand the chance to win a hamper valued at 6,000 Rand.
Sure.
So all you need to do is simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso social pages and tell us how you've noticed the impact food has had on your mental and well-being overall wellness. So, yeah, I mean, we do know what a big role it plays when it comes to
Nutrition.
healthy food and nutrition.
Yeah.
We get hangry,
We
some
do
of us.
all the time, especially this time of the morning. Remember, don't forget to use that hashtag Farmer Brown Way. That's hashtag Farmer Brown Way. The competition does close on the 16th of June at midnight, and the T's and C's, of course, can be found on expressoshow.com. So get entering. 6,000 Rand. Come on, that's a lot of chicken.
All right, they say this industry can change you, but she's changed right before our eyes. Tossie is here to perform one more time. She's just an incredible human being and an amazing artist, and she is here just for you. We'll see you now.
Wow.
There are stories of believers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. ABSA.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
All right, so what this Monday needs is about $500,000. And I want you to lace up your disky boots right now and play Sports Stake 8, fixture list 735. Why am I being so specific? Because there is an estimated 545,000 Rand jackpots waiting for you. But you got to play now if you want to stand a chance to be in your game.
Ooh, so much fun. Now you can play Sports Stake 8 in store on the nationallottery.co.za website. You can go ahead and get that mobile app to make it convenient, or you could even, those are the 3 steps. So make sure you play now and stand a chance by earning bragging rights with you and your homies, your friends, your loved ones. Remember to use that hashtag, #BeInjaYeGame.
Yeah, get in there. 545,000 Rand. It could be yours today. I mean, that's definitely going to plug a couple of holes and more. But right now, we do have a couple of minutes left on your Feel Good Breakfast show. She's phenomenal. She's been entertaining us the entire morning. Of course, she is here with Victory Song.
Let's go.
And welcome back. I am here for the very last time, and I just wanted to leave you with the song of my foundation, the Victory Song. I hope you do enjoy, and thank you, Expresso, for having me this morning. It's been wonderful. I thought my life was over until I prayed it over. And now that I'm sober, this is our victory song. Let's get it. Cause hewena smaka telalongiso, hewena ngumfeli wazo zonke zono zami. In Christ, the praise, the fuss and the cries. Ugunanda buzu satan utufunan. Ngoba ngeka ngafoto mutu. Ngeka confirm nyakuza musuk relax. Mimoyo yakuba kuba. Ikazi lemvana lefakaza. Uhambo lwakho lona luminjani. The idols you stand up go Eminem. I speak testimonies ngale cassette. Umculo kakho ain't just a jam. I'ma take you to church cause he wants to vent. Let's get it. To give Christ a try. Now I'm dying to him every day. Man, I'm dying empty on that day. The weapons formed be against, they shall never prosper because I'm saved. With my songs I shall praise every day. For he has heard my cry for mercy. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusts in him and he helps me. Yeah, come on, man, he helps me. So yeah, you be strong, oh baby girl. Baby girl. Cause you are victorious, the yeah, you are victorious, the you be strong, oh baby girl. Baby girl. Cause you are victorious, the yeah, you are victorious. Come on and home. Have a great morning. That's Victory Song. Thank you.
Cheers, guys. guys.
Word. We love you so much. Posse, we love you, girl. Have an amazing day. We'll see you tomorrow for the weekend, baby.
Another feel-good production.
Enjoy a thicker and creamier full cream yogurt with real fruit pieces. A fruitful day awaits with Clover Fruits of the Forest.